The time's going to switch this weekend. It's finally chilly. There's some chili next door in the press box. It's cool enough to actually eat chili now, and it just kind of indicates that football season is finally here. For teams like Arkadelphia, as we go into Week 8, only 3 regular season games left, including tonight. But the Badgers are in that mode of trying to fine-tune things and get ready for the playoffs in 4 weeks.
Yeah, playoffs in 4 weeks is absolutely crazy. You talk about that and how that you want to peak at the right time, and the Badgers are doing that. I talked to Coach Tucker earlier this week, and he said, I just don't want my guys to plateau. I don't want them to become stagnant, and in all reality, if you're going to play in December, he said you can't get tired of playing football, and that is exactly what I believe the Badgers are doing, is not getting tired of playing football. They are continuing to grow as a team. On the field, we've seen a lot more offensive fluidity between the weeks. We saw last week is the first time they've really successfully thrown the ball. You look at McCoy's stats, he had 5 touchdowns last week, those all coming in the first half between when the sportsmanship rule was indicated in the second half due to 35-point lead over the Cardinals. But, yeah, good matchup tonight. Ashdown, one of those teams that historically has some success, but within the last few years is kind of falling off and looking to get back on their feet.
Ashdown Panthers under second-year head coach Eric McCaslin have come to Badger Stadium tonight. We are in the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Dalton, when you take a look at the rest of the 4A7, this is a conference that Nashville leading the conference at 4-0, Arkadelphia 3-1, Bauxite, Harmony Grove 2-2, and then Ashdown, Genoa, Fountain Lake trying to get above that above the line that separates the 5 who will make the playoffs. This is shaping up for an exciting final 3 weeks of the conference season.
It is. Nashville, like you said, definitely in the driver's seat. Yeah, they're 5-2 overall within the season, but 4-0 in conference play. And Arkadelphia, Malvern, technically tied right now. Both 3-1 in conference play, like you said, and really looking forward to that Week 10 matchup here at Badger Stadium is going to be a big one. Harmony Grove, Bauxite also tied there, and that will determine who gets that playoff seed. I truly believe that the Haskell Harmony Grove Bauxite game, the Saline River Showdown, will determine that 4 seed.
Take a look around the state in Class 4A tonight. A couple of big games as you look around the conference. First, we go up to the 4A3, Southside and Gosnell. 4A8 is Warren and Stuttgart. Let's go up to that Northeast Arkansas to Southside and Gosnell. These are 2 teams that are undefeated in that conference. The winner will most likely get the 1 seed. That impacts, and Badger fans will start looking at that after tonight. And Coach Shucker, you'll hear it in a few minutes. After tonight, a lot of those playoff seedings and the path to War Memorial in the playoffs will start becoming somewhat clear. Southside and Gosnell is a big matchup, as well as Warren and Stuttgart tonight in other conferences.
Yeah, Pirates and Southerners going at it up there in the northeast corner of the state. Both teams 7-0, 3-0 in conference play there. One thing I saw doing my research for this game is that Gosnell has scored 326 points this year. And you look at Southside.
And how many games, Dalton? 7?
7.
How many does that average?
I'm not Dr. Rothwell, so I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Well, that was not quick math, but that was very quick wit. 7, I'm going 48.
Something
that's
like that.
Guess.
But then Southside has only allowed 76 points.
Yeah, that's 10 a game.
That's 10 a game. That's quick math right there.
Thank you.
And so that's going to be a big matchup.
When you get old, you might have quick math and quick wit.
Hey, I would be down for it. Maybe once I get my degree and all. But,
that's right.
But Southside Gosnell looking like a good one. And then down in the 4A8, a massive one. Warren looking to get back on track after that loss. But Hamburg, Stuttgart tied at 4-0. But obviously Warren, you look at just who they are as a team. You think of the word Warren and all that surrounds that football program.
Right.
It's one of those historical context is massive. And, they do have that one conference loss. But if they do end up as a 2 seed or a 3 seed, that's not a 2 or 3 seed that I would want to play in the second round.
You're exactly right. It is a fun night around the state, especially in Class 4A, in the 4A7, and in Arkadelphia as the Badgers and the Panthers. As you can see on your screen, about 20 minutes until we kick off here in 4A7 action at Badger Stadium. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Interview brought to you by ATO Automotive. Thanks to all of our sponsors. If you are watching these games and you encounter some of these sponsors, tell them thank you for supporting. That's what I get for picking on Dalton. I can't spit it out. Tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts of Arkadelphia Badger football 2025. We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win on your side, by your side, the winning side.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Each week this interview brought to you by ATO Automotive on Pine Street, 870-210-5269. When your ride isn't acting like it should, take it to James Rollins and crew at ATO Automotive. Or you can take your race car there too. They handle that.
Race car, ATV, UTV.
That's right, all of it. Coach Shucker, thanks for taking your time out to join us. The Badgers coming off of the 45-14 victory at Haskell Harmony Grove, preparing for the Ashdown Panthers tonight. Coach, the last two, let's start with offense, then we'll go to defense. Yeah. The last 2 weeks, the efficiency in your offense has been what it needed to be. Let's go back to last week against Harmony Grove. You said it was going to be a game of threes. They're going to try to get 3 yards and run the play clock down to 3. Yeah. Therefore, when you had the ball on offense, you're going to have to score
fast
every time, and you did that.
Yeah, we did. Extreme execution. I thought we did a really good job in the pass game, especially. Orion Roberts, wide receiver, had 4 touchdowns, 4 receiving touchdowns. He had a 5th one in the kick return. But
if they have a wide receiver rating like they have QBR, that'd be a pretty good wide receiver rating.
Pretty good rating, on 8 catches, I think, or something like that, 4 touchdowns. But yeah, right. No, it's just as a whole, I thought we did a really good job executing. Offensive line gave our quarterback time to throw the ball. Bryce McCoy did a really good job of taking what they were giving him, and then our receivers did a good job of making plays. We did okay in the run game, but didn't utilize that as much. We were trying to score as fast as we could.
The connection between your receivers and quarterback was there. Yeah. When you're going back and watching that game on film, was it combination of route running or finding open spots, protection, a little bit of all of it? Obviously, all three of those have to work together, but was there one particular area of that was working so well Friday night?
I think that we were just playing with speed and confidence is really what it comes down to. We didn't do anything necessarily different than what we've been doing in the past, but it just come down to, I think that we're starting to get to the point of the season where things are clicking. We've been doing it for however many weeks now that we're getting more confidence and feeling more comfortable with what we're doing, and we've gotten the game reps now that we can do it. So I just think it really comes down to the speed and confidence of how it played.
Defensively, you're facing a primarily dead tee offense that was going to run the ball, try to get ahead of the sticks on first down. Your defense did not allow them to do that, and therefore, instead of letting that offense control, your defense took control on first down every possession.
Yeah, first down's the big down. You got to win the first down. The first down determines who's going to, be winning the yardage game. So I thought we did that. I thought we won our first downs, and then also I think we created some negative plays in there that helped us throughout the drives also and get them off the field.
Personnel-wise, you talked last week about having a game plan. We saw a couple of times on that defense, a couple of offensive linemen coming in to play defensive line. That had not happened.
Yeah.
But to me, that was an example of being able to, for a team being able to take something that deviated from the normal, but it was part of the game plan that week against that opponent and that offense. And it seemed like your guys took to that nicely.
Yeah, we did. It just goes down to we wanted to add some heavier guys on the front, add some more guys on the front line just because of the formation and the offense that we're going against. Took some of the lighter skill guys off the field to be able to do it, and so we were able to kind of adjust our game plan to fit what we needed for that week, and the personnel was a big part of that. We've got some offensive linemen that are 290, 300 pounds, and those are the guys that we moved in there, and they were excited to get to do it. That's another part of it. If it's all good and well if we want it to happen, but the kids also have to be able to handle it mentally and have the right mentality to go in and execute it, and I thought our kids did that. Grant Rollins and Ashton Hayes, both guys went in there and played the nose spot, bigger, heavier, strong guys that can go handle that.
We're in week 8. It seems like every time you get to this part of the season, you're like, man, it seems like we just started a couple of weeks ago, and it was only 2 months ago. But we're in week 8, 3 regular season games left. It seems like, you and I were talking beforehand, it seems like your team is in a different space execution-wise, maybe mentally also in week 8 than you might have been in week 4, and have kind of learned from that one loss against Nashville and have gotten steadily better each week.
That's right, and we're at a point now where we've had the majority of the regular season is behind us. There's been a lot of reps, a lot of situations. We've probably been through about every situation that you can go into right now. Going back to it, previous to Nashville game, we went through 3 wars. Okay, and then the Nashville game, first game of conference, that was a war. And so it's hard to get into a true rhythm, right? There's good plays being made. There's good things happening. We were able to win some games that were tough. Took some games down to the wire, but it's hard to get in a true rhythm like that. You can't get in a rhythm going down to the wire every single week, And so after the Nashville game, obviously that was a tough game to get through just because of, the outcome of it. But we've gotten some games under our belt now that we've been able to get in a rhythm. We've been able to put points on the board. We've been able to execute on defense. We've been able to execute in special teams and create field position. And, all the things that we want to do, we've been able to do multiple times in a row now. And so that's how you get in a rhythm. And I feel like that's where we're at right now. We've just got to keep it going.
Let's talk about tonight's opponent, the Ashdown Panthers. Coach Eric McCaslin in his second year, still trying to get his system in place. A fun night down in Ashdown last night with the junior high. The 7th grade lost a tough one, 26-20.
Yeah.
The 8th grade won its final game of the year, recovering a fumble with about 50 seconds left and running that into the end zone. In your 9th grade with a 38-0 win. Ashdown under head coach Eric McCaslin's second year, some talent. It's a different Ashdown team, and talking to some of their people last night, they're a little bit lower on numbers than we're traditionally used to seeing from Ashdown, but they do still have Bryson French, one of the best receivers, who that's going to be a big target for them tonight.
He's a special player. I mean, he's a good one. We've got to do a good job of defending him and knowing where he's at in the formations. They are different. They look a lot different than what they have in the past. I believe they're rolling out 24 players total in the high school, which is a lot different than what they usually do.
Right.
And so their junior highs are very talented. Their junior highs have the numbers that they're, used to having. I think that, a couple years from now, they'll look more like what Ashdown has looked in the past and what we're used to seeing. Right. But tonight, they are a little bit different than what we're used to. We still have to play well. They still got good players. They've still got kids that are buying into Coach McCaslin's system and program and all of that. So, we've got to come out and we've got to play well tonight.
You're at home. It's fun to play in front of the Badger fans.
Yep.
Earlier in the week. Oh yes, thankfully, thankfully for people like me. We talked earlier in the week. You said it might be raining, and of course, earlier in the week, of course, who knows? You can't tell a forecast. But as of right now, as we record this on Friday afternoon, and as we're playing this, it could be a gully washer. Who knows? But you still have to come out and execute no matter what the situation or circumstance is.
Yeah, and that's been the whole message this week to the team is it doesn't matter who our opponent is. It doesn't matter what our record is. It doesn't matter what our opponent's record is. None of that matters. All that matters is I'm challenging you to come out every day at practice, to have a mentality to get better, to push yourself, to push your teammates, to execute, to get better. That's the only way that we're going to be the best that we can be. The whole message all offseason was I want this team to be the best team that they can be. I want this team to fight and claw and grab to reach their full potential. I want the whole team. I don't want to look back at this season and look at the team and say we never reached our full potential. We could have done so much more. I don't want that to happen. And it's we already talked about kind of getting in a rhythm and getting some wins under us and all that. I don't want them to get complacent with that. I want them to attack every single day with a mentality to get better. I think we've done that. I think
you talked about the week of practice.
Yeah, I think this week of practice has been one of the best weeks of practice we've had as a whole. Not just offense, defense, but also special teams with our look squads, with just the way that our kids have attacked the practice mentally. I think our kids as a whole have practiced all week long to get better, to accept coaching, to be willing to compete with others, just all the things that you want to do to get better. I think this has been one of the best weeks of practice that we've had all year.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking your time out to join us. The Badgers and the Panthers just a few minutes away from kickoff at Badger Stadium in 4A7 conference action. This interview brought to you by ATO Automotive, 870-210-5269. We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
The Board of Directors at South Central Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fulfill a need other internet providers were not able to provide in our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.net or call 855-269-3429.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb, Cooper Dar here with you. Jeff Root will be on in a few minutes. The captain's making their way to midfield. Let's go down to the coin toss.
All right, guys, one key point for tonight that is going to be very important is we need to have good sportsmanship at all times, okay? If you see one of your guys crashing out or whatever, go chill him out, calm him down. Everybody wants to play next week, right? Big game next week? Okay, who's going to call the toss for Ashdown? All right, so I've got a AAA logo is going to be heads. Arkansas flag will be tails. Call it in the air. I'm going to let it hit the ground. He said heads. It is heads. Ashdown, you've won the toss. What would y'all like to do? Y'all want to defer for the second half? Which way do y'all want to go? Y'all want to defend the clock. Okay. So Ashdown, come over here with me. Line up this way. Arkadelphia, face there. Ashdown has won the toss and has elected to defer. All right, gentlemen, shake hands one more time and let's play.
There we go. The Panthers defer thanks to Dalton Reed for getting that coin toss down there ready to go. The Badgers and the Panthers about ready to go. Cooper, when you look at the field, that's not your screen. They've got a little mood lighting going on here. Get ready to turn the lights on when the Badgers take the field. You're the Arkadelphia offense. You get the ball. It is raining a little bit here at Badger Stadium. It started about 10 minutes ago. So you're the offense. You want to kind of set the tone. I think that's an important possession for Arkadelphia first.
That's right. That's exactly right. The offense wants to set the tone in this game early, and kind of just like how they did last week. They want to score on almost every single possession. That's just how the offense of Arkadelphia does it. But speaking of that, I mean, it is football weather. It's football time. There's a little bit of a sprinkle in the air. There's some mood lighting going on right now. So I don't know about you, but this makes me want to go back onto the field and start playing a little bit.
Well, your mother is in the booth, and
that's right.
I don't know if that would be allowed. I don't think we need any more hospital bills. Maybe one more game, but maybe not tonight. The Badgers getting ready to take their make their way onto the field. Cooper, you look at this team. It's a team that lost the conference opener. They've bounced back nicely the last 2 weeks. They've looked like a different team. They're gaining momentum and strength in the right time of the season as we get towards Week 10 in the playoffs.
That's right. You always want to peak at the right time, and Arkadelphia is slowly getting to their boiling point. I think they are rising at the right time. Their offense is performing unlike they have ever done this entire season. I mean, everyone is clicking on all cylinders. Just got to continue loving the game and continue to love to dominate as well. So this offense has got to come out swinging tonight.
All right, that'll wrap up the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. When we come back, it's kickoff time, Badgers and the Panthers, when we return on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, bats and signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, bats and signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Well, good evening. It is time for Arkadelphia Badger football. The lights are on. We're excited about the action tonight. A little bit of rain, but not bad at all. There's a good crowd here despite the weather tonight. It's cool, but it is good weather for a football game because the turf is looking good. It is solid. The Badgers are so excited. They were really, really hooping and hollering before they came out with the run-through, and so we're just about ready for football tonight against Ashdown. But to tell you what, as you have heard, Arkadelphia is hot, Ashdown is struggling, and to tell you what, Cooper Dar, Arkadelphia the big favorite tonight. They just need to come out and play as they would expect to play and win this game.
That's right. They have to come out and play just like this is any other opponent, whether it's Nashville, whether it's Malvern. It doesn't matter who you are playing. Arkadelphia has to be Arkadelphia. Really, if we look at it, the only team, well, I don't know, I might not say that just yet, but the Badgers can't be beat by the Badgers tonight. That's what I'm saying.
Arkadelphia will receive the kickoff, as you can see on your screen, and I tell you what, that gives Arkadelphia an advantage also, Cooper, because they get a real chance now to take the lead in the game, and Ashdown playing undermanned. You don't see very many people on their sideline. It's going to be an uphill battle if they have to come from behind.
It really is. 22 players on their team compared to Arkadelphia's more than I can really count right here but also with Arkadelphia's weapons as well, it's going to be hard to go both ways for some of these guys.
Line drive kick. It bounces, gets away from the Badgers. Now picked up at the 21-yard line, returned to the 30. This is Archer up past the 40-yard line. That turned into a good return by Cam Archer after it was bobbled around at the beginning of that play.
And just a reminder, it is raining right now, and so got to be able to take care of this football. It's going to be a more slippery ball than normal, but got to be able to look this ball in. This is going to be huge for McCoy coming out right here. Maddox Finley, Bryce Meekin, Cam Archer, Orion Roberts, all of the guys got to really secure this football tonight.
Arkadelphia 1st and 10 at its own 45. We're under play, first play from scrimmage. It's a pass into the flat. There's a catch by Archer, and he's got good yardage. Across the 45-yard line of Ashdown, first down, first play from scrimmage. Arkadelphia looking good.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down for Cam Archer and the Badgers.
Pickup of 12 on the play, first down and 10 for the Badgers. Back to pass is McCoy. Looking downfield, he throws a completed pass to the 25. This is Meekin to the 15, breaks the tackle. He will go inside the 5-yard line. Big play by Meekin.
That is also a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for Meekin. And just like we said, this ball is wet. Got to be able to dry it off. The center's going to have a towel. Got to take care of this football tonight.
Ball at the 3-yard line, first down and goal for Arkadelphia. Third play from scrimmage is into the line of scrimmage and into the end zone. Touchdown Arkadelphia, a 3-play drive, and the Badgers are on the board first.
And that is an ATO automotive touchdown right there. Caden Whitaker and the Badgers. Always good to see. Just like we said in the pregame talk, you want Arkadelphia's offense to start off this game in the lead. Even if we won the toss, we would still ask for the ball to start this game, and Arkadelphia delivered with a huge touchdown by Caden Whitaker.
Here is the extra point attempt. Seth Molinari's kick is up, and as usual, it is good. And Arkadelphia leads at 7-0. 46 seconds into the game, the Badgers in 3 plays went 55 yards for that touchdown. We are underway, and the Badgers are looking strong. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
Jeff Root along with Cooper Dar. Cooper, 2 passes equaled 52 yards. The last 3 yards on the run by Caden Whitaker. Arkadelphia looked great on that opening drive.
They really did. Kept McCoy safe that entire time. He had plenty of time to throw it out either to the flats or the Meekin pass about 15 yards forward. But great protection, great throwing by McCoy.
Ashdown is set for the kickoff return. They do have some talented receivers, and they hope that one of those will have a chance to return this kick. It's a pooch kick, though. It will go high and caught. Running back toward the end zone is the return man. He'll make it to the 10, and he'll go down at the 10-yard line. So it just did not work out for Cale Cleghorn. Might have been better off letting it bounce into the end zone.
I mean, he definitely would have had a little bit better field position, but now for this defense coming out for Arkadelphia, this defensive line is a force to be reckoned with. The linebackers as well. Everyone out here really holds a special key part to this team.
The top of your screen is the key receiver for Ashdown. He is lined up at the top of your screen, right side of the formation, and his name is Bryson French. He is a dangerous receiver. Williamson, the quarterback, looking for a place to go, in trouble, will throw it short. That's a good pass, but he does not hold on. Incomplete, diving for the catch at the 19-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Had good rushing from the defensive line right there, really putting a lot of pressure on this quarterback. And I'm expecting Ashdown to take their time with this ball tonight. They don't have a ton of depth for people to get some breathers. So they're going to take their time. They got the wristbands. They are talking about it in a little huddle. They'll probably do that every single time.
They really spotted the ball closer to the 11, so we're going to say second and 10 from the 11-yard line. Here's a running play. Right up the middle it goes, but that defensive line that you mentioned, Cooper, all over the running back. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
I mean, that's exactly what we expect with the defensive line of Arkadelphia. Just whenever you have a defensive line, especially an interior and exterior defensive line like we do, and, I mean, Lance Gully right there as an interior defensive lineman, he is a strong, big guy. Defensive line right there. Definitely all-state potential.
The ball is just past the 10, so we'll call it the 11 and third down and 10 yards to go. Riley Williamson is a good quarterback, but he's going to have to come up with a big third down play from deep on his own end right now. High snap, he gets it, he throws a short pass. There's an escape of one tackle, but not nearly enough. After the catch, Tyler Smith did a good job, the sophomore, breaking one tackle, but three more Badgers were there, and he went down short, well short of the first down at the 14-yard line. It is 4th down and 7. Now, what a kick return opportunity it is for Cam Archer, standing at his own 2-yard line is Tyler Smith, and his kick, or it's Williamson, and his kick is going to be short. It will go out of bounds. That's probably the best you could do, get it past the 40-yard lines and out of bounds.
Especially with that field position and kicking to the guy that had the potential of catching that. Best case scenario right there for Ashdown.
Not bad at all. They're going to spot the ball at the 45. Ooh, that's a spot that favors Ashdown a bit, but Arkadelphia still has great field position, only 45 yards away from potentially a second score tonight. 7-0 Badgers early in the game. Ball is snapped before everybody is ready, and we will have to see if the ball had been put in play. No, it's going to be a 5-yarder against Arkadelphia. Ball was snapped, but nobody moved. And so the official stepped up, blew his whistle, and took 5 yards away from Arkadelphia. From the 50-yard line, it is 1st and 15. Well, what you got to do is keep your concentration level up. Arkadelphia knows it's the better team tonight. They just need to avoid mistakes.
That's right. You can't let the Badgers beat the Badgers tonight. They have to play Ashdown tonight, and they have to be locked in on everything. You have to avoid penalties. You can't get penalties. And also, they're kind of just waiting on the referees here, but just got to be smart tonight.
Now they start the play clock, and we are underway. Snap is good. A pass into the flat. There's a catch by Archer. He's got yardage again. Past the 40-yard line. Escapes two more tacklers inside the 35-yard line, and he'll go down. Pick up a 15 as first down.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there. And something I like is that they just ran the same play Ashdown did last possession. Huge first down.
Needed 15, got exactly that. Ball at the 35-yard line. Running to his right, finding a man downfield. There's a good pass, but a drop. I think he turned to run a little too soon, dropped the ball at the 25-yard line. And Arkadelphia have 2nd and 10.
That's right. And with a wet football, just like we keep saying, got to look that ball in and then run.
Roberts, the intended receiver. You don't see him drop too many, but I think he was ready to run for the end zone and just took off before he had the ball. Pass to the flat, out of the backfield. That's a good run. To the 30, to the 25. He'll fall forward for another first down.
That is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for Mario Brownlee.
Arkadelphia continues to drive. The ball is just inside the 25. We'll call it the 24-yard line. First down and 10. Pass to the flat. Here is Meekin on the run. To the 15. To the 10. He stays on his feet to the 7. They might give him the 6.
And there is a flag on the play. This might be a block in the back. I didn't quite see it, but I can see how they could have called it.
Yeah, the flag's at the 21-yard line. It is coming back. Going to be a holding call is what they say. So that'll set the Badgers back a little bit, give them a bit more of a challenge. This is an age-old rivalry between Arkadelphia and Ashdown. These teams have been in the same conference, played each other every year for decades, but Ashdown has not defeated Arkadelphia since 2016. Oh, wow. So the Badgers have dominated in recent years. From the 31-yard line, Arkadelphia sets up. And back to pass, a throw to the flat on the top of your screen to the left side of the line of scrimmage. There's a gain back to the original line of scrimmage, or almost that far. They'll mark it at the 25-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 9, Maddox Findlay.
So they're right back to the 25, and what looks like Arkadelphia pull Ashdown offsides. They're going to give him 5.
Defense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And they are going to take their 5-yard penalty right back.
The Badgers lost 10 on a penalty, picked up 9, and on 2nd and 11, offsides against Ashdown. So from the 20 now, it's 2nd and 6. And flags go down again. Some kind of problem here. They have stopped the play.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty.
And that's the offense again. It sounds like there's some miscommunication between the center and maybe the quarterback and also the rest of the offensive line, as twice a really unusual looking play has occurred where he has centered it and nobody else has moved. They'll back it up to the 25-yard line, 2nd down and 11. We've had several second downs here. Here's another one, 2nd and 11 for the Badgers from the 25-yard line of Ashdown. We've had no plays on the other end of the field yet. Back to pass. He's looking deep. He'll throw to the sideline. Beautiful pass. Excellent catch. They're down to the 14-yard line. Nice gain of 11. Let's see. They are going to move the chains.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right here for the Badgers. Great catch.
Pinpoint pass as well. Excellent work by the quarterback and receiver. And Arkadelphia lines up with another first down. They're going to hand off. A run up the middle this time. Whitaker is hit by defenders. He'll be pushed backwards, but he's got a short gain on the play. Stumbled a bit as I think he ran over the feet of his own player, and that held him up. They're going to give him yardage to the 13-yard line, a pickup of only 1. It's 2nd down and 9. Badgers send a man in motion. They will throw it into the flat, and it's an incompletion. So the Badgers face their first 3rd down of the game. 3rd and 9 from the 13-yard line for the Arkadelphia Badgers. A little bit slower drive this time. It took only 3 plays to go 55 yards for a touchdown on the first possession. This time they have made it down to the 13-yard line, but it's now 3rd down and 9 from there for Arkadelphia. McCoy at quarterback.
3rd down.
Caden Wilkerson next to him. Back to pass. He'll look downfield. And he's going to be run out of bounds. Ooh, there's a hit right on the sideline, but not a late hit. They're going to say knocked him out. Did I do it again? I did, didn't I? It's Whitaker. His other name is Wilkerson because we've called him that several times, or at least I have. But Whitaker on that play, and they're going to kick a field goal. Going to kick a field goal. 4th down, 9 yards to go. Ball for 13. It is a 29-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Late call, but they did call it good. So Arkadelphia has increased its lead to 10-0. 7:42 left. We're in the first quarter tonight. We'll keep it right here and talk about the fact that Arkadelphia has grabbed 10 points on its first 2 possessions. It could be a little disappointing that didn't turn into a touchdown drive. It got down to the 13-yard line. The Badgers had a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line, got no closer than the 13. But then you make a field goal. You feel pretty good about being up 10-0 at this point early in the first half.
That's right, especially being in the first half, the first quarter. If you're up 10-0, you know you're doing something correct. I mean, obviously, you want to get touchdowns. You want to score a lot of touchdowns. But at the same time, Ashdown is going to play their best game against Arkadelphia. We will always get the other team's best, but it is still going to be a fun game tonight as we see it be 10-0. And let's see what Ashdown can do right here. I mean, Arkadelphia ran some of the same plays that Ashdown had just ran in the last drive. So it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to watch this kickoff unit with Xavier Williams as well.
Arkadelphia has the offensive unit together, and they are talking because they did have some mistakes in just getting the ball snapped properly. So they're talking down the sideline to work out some of that before they get the ball back. Here's the kickoff. Melinari's kick is going to bounce and roll and go all the way down to the 11-yard line. The return from the 11-yard line, he's hit at the 14 and can go no farther. Just looked for a hole. There wasn't one, and then the first Badger down the field knocked him down. And it's another long field in front of Ashdown.
And you know who that was? Xavier Williams right there. That was a huge tackle right there by him. Very fast defensive end, tall defensive end there as well. I think he runs like a 4.6 from the defensive line. So I'm excited to see what he does right here, number 83 on the defensive line.
He is on the left side of the line of scrimmage on the defense for Arkadelphia. So, familiar formation, one back. They're going to hand it off. Now the quarterback's going to keep it. Williamson, though, has nowhere to go. He's going to lose yardage. It's just going to be hard to run any play that's not going to be quick and developing because that offensive line for Ashdown, I just don't think is going to be able to hold the Badgers out for very long at all.
Just not with how this defensive line moves. I mean, they are not only a strong defensive line and linebacker unit, they're a smart defensive line unit. So they're going to be shifting. It looks like they, just like right here, I mean, we see Skylar McClure take care of the running back off to the side, and everybody else gathers to the football.
Loss of a couple, 2nd down and 12 yards to go for Ashdown. Williamson back to pass. Not much time. He's at his 1. He's in his end zone. He's looking for someone to throw to, and he throws it away. I think that's close enough to the secondary at least that they will not call grounding as he had run out of time and had to do something with the ball. He throws it away.
Big 3rd down and long right here for Ashdown. But, I mean, this is what Arkadelphia wants. This is what they've been preparing for. They're going to get after the quarterback. If they're going to throw that ball, they will get after the quarterback. If they're going to run the ball, this defensive line is going to stop the run at the line of scrimmage.
Williamson has some skill. Amari Spencer is the running back next to him in the formation. I just try a draw play with Spencer. No, they want to throw it. Under pressure immediately. Williamson wants to run, and he will not make yardage. He'll lose 2 more to the 10-yard line. They're going to have to punt out of their own end zone.
And that will create good field position right there. If they decide to kick it to Cam Archer, I mean, he is just one of the fastest dudes I have seen on this team. So he's going to catch this football if the ball does go to him and make great field position for the Badgers.
2 possessions for Ashdown. They have a total of -1 total yards. Standing at his own goal line is Williamson. His kick is a low line drive shot. That is going to bounce away from Archer. He'll walk away from it. It'll be able to roll to the 50 all the way to the Arkadelphia 49-yard line. Williamson twice has been able to avoid a punt return and get a decent kickoff. So it's good field position for Arkadelphia starting at its own 49-yard line. We're in the first quarter, 5:59 left. And Arkadelphia leads at 10-0. Badgers looking for another score on this drive. They are 2 for 2 scoring drives so far tonight. Panthers line up, looking to try to turn the field position around and stop this offense. There's a pass to the flat. This is Roberts this time. He's up to the 45, to the 40. Good run. To the 35, makes a good break. He'll go all the way to the 25-yard line before he's finally brought down by the Ashdown secondary. A big gain, and Arkadelphia is on the move after a 26-yard.
Let's go ahead and watch this replay real quick. Orion catches this over on the left side. We see him catch it, and he avoids several tackles right there, eventually coming into a double-team tackle.
This is Archer on the carry on the end around to the left side, top of your screen. He's past the 20-yard line. Good gain on first down, and the offense looks crisp at this point. To the 19, pickup of 6. 2nd and 4, pass play for McCoy. Looking downfield, he'll throw across the middle. There is a catch. That's close to a first down. He did not hold on. Yeah, he did not hold on. So they're going to put it back down at the 19-yard line, 3rd down and 4.
That was intended for Cam Archer right there, but this offense is going to start going fast.
All right, big 3rd down for the Badgers. They could obviously go for it on 4th or kick another field goal, but they would love to keep the momentum going with a 3rd down completion. There's a pass to the sideline. Beautiful play. I mean, he throws a beautiful pass. It's caught right on the sideline, and it's enough for a first down.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for Maddox Finley and the Badgers.
Ball spotted at the 13. He needed 4. He got 6. They're right back at the 13. We'll see if they'll move it this time. Here's a pitch to the right side, running play inside the 10. The run is to the 7-yard line. I think they'll give him forward progress to the 7. They might call it the 8, but there's still a good gain on first down. Brownlee will check in at running back as Whitaker will check out.
Yeah, that was a great run by Whitaker, but even better blocking right there by the receiver unit. That was awesome.
2nd and 5, and they'll run the ball again. This is Browning inside the 5-yard line. He'll make it to the 2. Let's see if they give him the 2 or stick it to the, well, put it on the 3. And he went down at the 3, but that's still a gain of 5. And that should be a first down and goal. I believe they're going to mark it as such. Let's see.
Yes, that is a Welch Funeral Home first down for Brownlee right there. Great job.
5 yards on each of the last 2 runs. Arkadelphia has first and goal at the 3. Another running play, same play, hitting the backfield, but Browning will stretch forward and pick up a yard or so.
Number 21, Mario Brownlee carries the ball.
We're going to give him 1 to the 2-yard line, 2nd down and goal. From the 2, Arkadelphia looking for pay dirt one more time. Going to be right into the line of scrimmage. It's close. It's close. He's near the goal line. The officials are running up for the play, and they are going to say he is just a little bit short. So they're going to put it inside the 1, and it will be 3rd down and goal.
This is a big one right here. What are you going to do? Are you going to bring in an extra offensive line? Is he going to run a heavy set, or are you going to run Mario Brownlee one more time up the middle?
Brownlee is to the left of his quarterback, McCoy. Ball just inside the 1-yard line. Badgers are going to run it. Brownlee is hit at the 1. He will fall into the end zone. That is an Arkadelphia touchdown, and the Badgers now have a 16-0 lead, extra point coming.
Arkadelphia touchdown and an ATO Automotive touchdown right there for Mario Brownlee and the Arkadelphia Badgers. And that, of course, is what you want to see it now be 16-0 right there for Arkadelphia, being dominant as they always are.
Seth Molinari on for the extra point attempt. Talk about consistency in his kicking. It is up, and it's a beautiful kick, and it is good. And so it's Arkadelphia 17, Ashdown 0, 3:09 left. We're in the first quarter tonight. We got a lot more to bring you, so stay tuned with us as Arkadelphia is off to a very good start. Ashdown will have the ball back when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
Back to the action here at Badger Stadium in Arkadelphia. It's the Badgers of Arkadelphia High School 17, Ashdown 0. Ashdown will receive this kickoff. Cooper, we usually see those long, high kickoffs and good coverage for Arkadelphia. He's been hitting it on the ground tonight. It's kind of a wet field a little bit, and so maybe that's helped a bit, but the kickoff returns have been very, very short.
They really have been short. Maybe it's allowing time for the kickoff unit to get down there with more of this squib kick. I don't know. Let's see.
They've returned 2 kickoffs so far. They've made it to the 11-yard line on one, the 14-yard line on the other. This is a return from the 8-yard line. He's going to try to cut at the 15. He will make yardage out to the 20 to the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. A better return that time. And it was Bryson French, who is arguably their best player, wide receiver, on that kickoff return. He did a little bit better job of giving them some decent field position from the 21-yard line. Best field position of the night for Ashdown.
That's right, and he was tackled on that last play by Amari Ford right there. Man, this defensive unit, they're going to do it all.
All right, Ashdown will line up again. Once again, Spencer is the running back. Williamson is the quarterback. Spencer wearing the protective helmet on the right of the quarterback. Williamson running, throwing. That's a completed pass. Scrambling around, trying to find an opportunity to throw the ball before being sacked. Good job by Williamson. The pass completion is out to the 32-yard line, and that is the first down of the night for Ashdown.
And he was tackled right there by Jaden McKenzie, number 32. Great defensive back right there. Just created some space right there for Ashdown, which allowed the first down.
Williamson might not be a sprinter on their track team, I would not guess, but he certainly has some mobility in the pocket. So he is doing a nice job of trying to avoid a sack. Here's a running play, but there's not much of anywhere to go. Maybe a yard on the carry by Spencer.
That's exactly what you want to see right there by your defensive end. Skylar McClure squeezing down on that tackle, creating an edge, and making a huge, huge tackle as it was being ran up the middle. Great play by Skylar McClure.
Yeah, they're going to mark it as no gain. 2nd down and 10, ball still at the 32-yard line. As you said, the defensive line looks like they're going to dominate tonight. Ashdown doesn't have much depth on the line of scrimmage either. Williamson takes the snap. He's in trouble already. He throws a short pass, and that's caught for a short gain out to the 35-yard line. He did get it to French.
All right, big 3rd down here for Ashdown. You're kind of sitting at 3rd and long, 3rd and 6 and plus. What are you going to do if you're Ashdown? You're probably going to pass, obviously, but are they going to run something tricky to throw Arkadelphia off a little bit? I'm not too sure, but whenever I played Ashdown, they had some tricky stuff up their sleeves.
Get the ball from the side, or the signal from the sideline, they're ready. Back at the football is touching the 35. It's 3rd down, 7 yards to go. 4 receivers, 1 running back in the formation. Arkadelphia is showing that they would like to blitz, and now an offensive back, I think, has moved in the backfield, and so that's going to cost them 5. 3rd and 7 suddenly becomes 3rd down and 12, and that's a big difference.
I'm just saying, if I was Ashdown and I saw Q Morris walk down from the middle, I might flinch a little bit as well.
It would get your attention, wouldn't it?
It would.
All right, Arkadelphia's looking good. We're down to 1:32 left in the first quarter. It's been a good first quarter for the Badgers. They did kick a field goal instead of getting a touchdown on their second possession, but they've scored on all 3 possessions and lead it 17-0. Williamson at quarterback, Spencer by his side. He wants to throw it. He's in trouble already. Now he's going to run, and he's got yardage. That's going to be a nice run by Williamson and a 1st down, as Arkadelphia did not cover the top of your screen, the right side of the line of scrimmage. He found an opening and took advantage of it. Good job by Williamson, the quarterback, and it's another 1st down for Ashdown, their 2nd of the night.
They're moving the ball. They're doing it well. I mean, the quarterback, that was a very smart play as the pocket opened up. He just escaped there onto the right side. That was a big play for Ashdown.
I said moments ago I didn't think he was on the sprinters part of the track team, but maybe he is. Nice 20-yard run, 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Williamson back to pass, under pressure already. He will drop. Well, no, I thought he dropped the ball, but he does have it. He's just going to be knocked down maybe a yard short of the line of scrimmage. Arkadelphia did take the ball away, but I believe they called him down. Ashdown will keep the possession, a loss of 1 on the play.
Once again, the defensive line just closing in that pocket, being dominant. Big plays are happening here on the defensive line for Arkadelphia.
Williamson is unable to stay in the pocket and set up and throw in your classic fashion. He's on the run very quickly on every play. But he's made 1 big play. He'll try to make another one now. 2nd down and 11. Ashdown at its own 49-yard line. Williamson under pressure, fires it quickly downfield. Adjusting to make the catch is French. What a beautiful play. He was well covered, but he saw the ball coming and the defender did not. He turned and made the catch on the sideline. Good pass from Williamson under pressure. Good catch by French, and it's a 1st down for Ashdown at the Arkadelphia 31-yard line. Arkadelphia has let the Panthers into their own territory, into Arkadelphia territory for the first time tonight. 31 seconds left. We're in the first quarter. First quarter sponsor, Taylor King Law. And thank you to Taylor King and all of our sponsors. On 1st down from the 31-yard line, Williamson will keep the ball, runs to his right. This is a called running play, and he drops the ball but falls on it. Ball was knocked out of his hands as he was running, but he did fall on it, so he's still got a gain up to the 24-yard line. 2nd down and 3 after a nice gain of 7. Ashdown is on the move. And now we have reached the, well, that's it, 1 second. And now we're at the end of the first quarter. So Arkadelphia leads at 17-0, but Ashdown is driving for the first time tonight. So we'll see in the second quarter exactly what the Panthers can do. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
You belong at Patterson Federal Credit Union. No matter your financial needs, Patterson has products to help. We offer all types of accounts, loans, certificates, and financial counseling. Patterson is also a strong supporter of the Arkadelphia School District. We provide food for students in need, have donated funds for additional security measures, and can always be counted on when a need arises for students and staff. Serving Clark County for over 67 years, we pride ourselves on providing the highest quality service to our members and our community. Join us soon. You belong here.
Arkadelphia Badgers football back with you for the second quarter. A second quarter sponsor, Turner, Rogers, Manning, and Plyler, CPA. Tell you what, Cooper, Arkadelphia leads at 17-0, but the last thing you want if you're a Badger fan is for Ashdown to get a little bit closer and a little bit more confident. If they can get a score right now, they would feel that way.
That's right, especially if they score. They're going to feel all the confidence. Scoring against one of the best teams in the state of Arkansas always gives you definitely a big boost of confidence. But in this game, Arkadelphia has to keep playing their game, got to play sound defense. The defensive line has got to keep rushing, got to make some huge tackles. The offense for Arkadelphia needs to keep doing what they're doing. But all phases for Arkadelphia has to keep playing like they're playing in a state championship.
This is the ninth play coming up of the drive. Second down, 3 yards to go. Ball at the Arkadelphia 24. Williamson at quarterback for Ashdown. This is Spencer to his right. And the wide receivers are in a tight formation. Williamson runs to his right. Looks like he wants to run, but he'll throw it downfield, and he throws it incomplete. Almost intercepted. On the short hop, Arkadelphia came up with the ball. Great man-to-man coverage down the sideline. They were counting on getting a touchdown to French on that play. Third down, 3 yards to go, about the 24-yard line.
All right, third down for Ashdown. I guess that kind of rhymes, Dr. Root. Third down for Ashdown, but it's going to be a big one if Arkadelphia can get a big stop.
Fourth down also rhymes.
Oh,
that would sound better, wouldn't it?
That one's a little bit better.
All right, third down and 3. Back to pass, Williamson. He's in trouble. He is running in circles looking for a pass and throws an incompletion. He just did a great job of avoiding a sack that time, but Cooper just no opportunity to get a complete pass in the first down. It is fourth down.
I mean, Arkadelphia brought the house right there. The defensive line, the linebacker unit, they were really running after the quarterback right there, allowing a lot of pressure to be had for Ashdown, throwing it incomplete. But it looks like they're going to throw a flag.
Defensive holding call against the Badgers, and what a big break that is for Ashdown. Running for his life, he threw it downfield, and Arkadelphia was guilty of a hold. So they'll move it down to the 14, 10-yard penalty against Arkadelphia. First down and 10 at the Arkadelphia 14-yard line. Williamson just doing a great job of keeping the play alive, and then he threw it downfield. And it results in a holding call, defensive holding against Arkadelphia. From the 14, Williamson back to pass, looks to his right, wants to throw it. Now he's going to have to run. He escapes 2 tacklers, escapes another, and then slips down at the 22. So that's going to be a sizable loss.
I mean, he escaped 3 tackles, and then he fell on the ground. But still, once again, we keep saying there's been a lot of pressure, but now a timeout has been called for Ashdown.
That was a loss of 8, so it's second and 18 when we go back to action. 11:29 left. Arkadelphia 17 and Ashdown 0, but the Panthers are threatening. We'll be back with more action after this timeout. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair. It always has been, dating back to 1920 in the original Ludwig's Bakery in South Dakota. Well, we're here in Arkadelphia now in our new location downtown right off of Caddo Street. Come visit us and enjoy our authentic, freshly baked German fare. For us, it's nostalgic and a source of pride, and we want to share it with you.
Kommen Sie uns morgen früh besuchen.
That's come visit us tomorrow morning, and we can get your weekend off to a great start. Ludwig's Bakery.
From the Arkadelphia 22-yard line, second down and 18 for Ashdown on a long time consuming drive that has not yet resulted in points. Arkadelphia leads at 17-0. Badgers have scored on all 3 possessions, one of those a field goal. Ashdown had a first down at the 14. Now they face second down at the 22 after the sack. Williamson, who's done a fine job in a difficult circumstance at quarterback, is going to be backed up 5 more because his outstanding wide receiver ran down the field too soon. It's going to be 2nd down and 23. My goodness. The ball spotted back at the 27-yard line. They've got to go to the 4-yard line for a first down. Well, you want your wide receiver to be excited about the play, but you want him to pay attention to the snap count as well.
That's right. You don't want Ashdown beating Ashdown tonight. We want this to be a good game, not a lot of penalties.
Back to pass is Williamson, looking downfield, scrambling to his right, looking for a completion. He'll throw the ball out of bounds, incomplete. 3rd down and 23. So things have gone backwards for Ashdown since they got that first down at the Arkadelphia 14. A result of a defensive holding call against Arkadelphia. They've got another chance here on 3rd down.
It looks like this quarterback for Ashdown is playing a little bit of backyard football. He's running around. He is trying to find an open receiver, trying to make a big play for Ashdown for them to have some success.
He's done a good job of keeping some plays alive, but he hasn't had many open receivers to throw to. Looks to the flat. Now he backs up, dancing around, avoiding tacklers. He wants to throw it downfield. He will. The ball is batted down. Wonderful defensive work by Arkadelphia, and a flag is down in the backfield. In the offensive backfield, a flag went down. It's going to be holding against Ashdown. Now, if they take the play, it's going to be 4th and 23. If they take the penalty, it's going to be 3rd and 33. And they, I believe, will decline it. They have declined it. 4th down and 23. That makes sense. They held the ball for a long time. They got some yardage, and then they backed up. So now it's 4th and 23. No point in even trying a field goal. They're going to go for it. I would imagine a deep pass to Mr. French is in order at this point. Another good receiver is Tyler Smith at the bottom of your screen. Spencer is the running back. He'll run out into the flat, and they'll throw it to him. But a couple of Badgers are in position to make the stop, and they will do so. He got back. Now he lost the ball, and this ball is live, being returned by the Badgers to the 40, to the 50. He'll escape another tackler and make it all the way down to the 41-yard line of Ashdown. They did not blow that dead. So Arkadelphia with the long fumble return has great field position.
And that is Amari Ford right there. And that is a huge, huge possession takeover right there for Arkadelphia.
Arkadelphia takes over at the Ashdown 41-yard line. So a long time consuming possession by Ashdown results in not only no points, but now good field position for the Badgers. From the 41-yard line, first down. They're going to send Maddox in motion. They'll pitch it. This is Whitaker. Whitaker looking for space. He's going to find some. To the 30-yard line, 25, 20, 15, 10. He'll knock down a defender and score. One play drive, 41 yards, Caden Whitaker.
And that is an ATO automotive touchdown right there. Let's go ahead and watch this replay. We see Grant Rollins right there, the big blocker right there. And that is another touchdown for Caden Whitaker right there and the Arkadelphia Badgers. But let's go ahead and take it down to the sideline real quick. We are going to talk to Dalton Reed. He is there. Dalton, talk about how this sideline is feeling after that touchdown, and they are now up 24-0.
Yeah, the touchdown started with the fumble recovery the couple plays before. Great fumble recovery there from the Arkadelphia defense, and then great run by Whitaker to the outside. Like you said, there, great block by Rollins, stealing that edge and giving Whitaker room to run. But sideline's feeling good. 23, now 24-0 with 10:44 left to go in the second.
Hey, a big thank you to our man on the sideline. I'll tell you what, that's a nice report coming from the sideline. You see some of that excitement from the sideline coming through his voice.
That's right, for sure. He's definitely feeling the energy down there. They're feeling the energy from all over, the cheerleaders, the dance team, but also this amazing home crowd that Arkadelphia brings from week in and week out. But now it is time for Arkadelphia to really, really step up once again on the defensive side for the Badgers.
Dalton Reed on the sideline. Cooper Darr right here with me in the box, along with our statistician who will bring you a halftime stat report. That's Jim Rothwell. Chris Babb, our quarterback on the right, making sure that you can see everything you need to see. Appreciate it very much.
Had a couple of fumbles already.
It's looking good to me, Chris.
And it is starting to rain. It cleared up there for just a little bit, but the rain has now come back. Got to protect this football tonight.
Yeah, they got to keep the footballs dry as best they can, and then you got to be careful when you're carrying the ball because it's going to get wet. Arkadelphia kicks it away from French, but it does roll out of bounds. So penalty against Arkadelphia for that reason, and helps with field position a bit for Ashdown. Not raining hard, but it is coming down a little bit in front of us here. The hard rain is coming later, maybe tomorrow.
That's right. I think it is tomorrow, and I don't know about you, but my mom is in town, and I'm trying to enjoy some football tomorrow with my mom.
All right. Ball at the 35-yard line, first down and 10 for Ashdown. That's right, Ouachita's in town tomorrow. Very important game against Southern Arkansas. Ball at the 35-yard line. We're talking high school football tonight.
That's right.
All right. Ashdown lines up. 3 receivers top of your screen. 1 receiver on the bottom of your screen. They've got some good receivers, but this quarterback's just not got much time to throw the ball. He is chased out of the pocket. He'll fire it downfield. There's a completion to the 45-yard line. He's got a good arm. When he's got time, he's going to find receivers. It's just hard for him to get enough time to do so as Joe Delangel makes the catch.
And that is going to be a first down for Ashdown, and I can see some of the defensive line coaches for Arkadelphia being pretty upset. They're getting a ton of pressure on this quarterback, just not finishing the tackles. Got to gather your feet. No more slipping. It is slippery outside, but you practice for moments like this.
French is at the top of the screen. At the bottom of your screen, another dangerous receiver, Tyler Smith. They want to throw it to Smith down the sideline, and it is incomplete.
And there's a flag
may
on
have
the
been
field.
held. I think a Badger grabbed him by the shoulder. Let's see if that is going to be the call. Smith's only a sophomore, really fine-looking player. That ball was overthrown, but I think a defender grabbed him by the jersey just before the ball got there, and that is going to be pass interference against Arkadelphia. So that's going to be a major mark-off, and they'll be in Arkadelphia territory. That'll move it to the Arkadelphia 40-yard line. A nice completion and then pass interference against Arkadelphia has moved the ball from the 35 of Ashdown to the 40-yard line of the Badgers. Spencer, the running back, next to his quarterback, Riley Williamson. Williamson, back to pass. He will throw on the run. He'll throw an incompletion. Tried to get it right back to Delangel on the sideline, but throwing off his feet as he really kind of flat-footed on that. Hard to throw when you are moving backwards.
That's right. I mean, and that's kind of how it's been this entire game, just this defensive line, the pressure that they are creating, pressure after pressure, and that is something that they get graded out on. So pressures, but also would love to see some of those pressures turn into some sacks tonight.
When he can set his feet, he can make a really fine throw. Williamson is a veteran quarterback, but he has had to throw on the run all night long. Back to pass. Badgers coming after him. He's backing up. Wants to throw. He'll throw to the sideline. A flag down. There's probably going to be a hold against Ashdown.
Xavier Williams was coming off the edge right there, and just you could see it on his jersey. He's a little sideways, but that will be a holding penalty.
Yep. The official forgot to turn his microphone off there. It got kind of exciting for a moment. That holding call will mean that we'll see second down happen again, but they're going to mark them back by 10, so it's 2nd and 20, ball back to the 50-yard line. It was an incompletion anyway out to Spencer, the intended receiver. Now Spencer's going to line up in the backfield. And this is Smith at the bottom of your screen. They'll throw the top of the screen, though. They get it out to French. French looks for space. He'll find some, but he can't get it back to the original line of scrimmage, so third down and long is coming.
Third down, and let me tell you, French is a very, very fast receiver. He's being dealt with by really good defensive backs there as well for Arkadelphia. There's some great players on this field on both sides of this team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I believe that. Ashdown's just a little bit in short supply in players and especially linemen, I would say. Third down, 14 yards to go. They're working hard on the line, but they're undersized against Arkadelphia, and Arkadelphia's got some real talent on the defensive line. Now, almost get a sack. Now he'll throw it across the field and incomplete in the direction of a receiver who was about 6 or 8 yards away, so they'll let that go. Just an incompletion. Fourth down and 14 yards to go.
Fourth down, Arkadelphia changed up their defensive line there for it being third and long. They're expecting a pass, of course, but going 3 down linemen, still getting pressure on this quarterback. That just tells you how good this defensive line really, really is.
Riley Williamson is the punter, and he is in punt formation. Archer is back deep to receive. He would love an opportunity to have about an 80 or 90-yard return here. Let's see if that opportunity arises. The kick is going to be away from Archer, and it will bounce down the field. This is a beautiful punt. It will bounce inside the 5 all the way down to the 1-yard line. What an excellent job by Williamson on the punt. I thought he was going to punt it out of bounds, but it took a north and south bounce all the way down to the 1. So a beautiful 43-yard punt with no return, and Arkadelphia has its worst field position. I guess the worst field position you can have, 99 yards away.
I know. I mean, it's always tough for your quarterback to start in your own end zone, but got to get this ball out of the end zone area as quick as possible. But also, you got to score a touchdown here, and it's got to be 99 yards long.
Well, Arkadelphia has good reason to trust its offensive line, and they are going to throw the ball out of the end zone. Archer throws it. That's a completion to the 5 to the 6-yard line. That's pick up a 5 on first down. That is McCoy throwing it to Archer.
Yeah, Archer just such a fast receiver right there, getting open in some open field there in the middle, but being met by 3 Ashdown players right there.
Second down and 5. Ball just outside the 5. We'll call it the 6-yard line, close enough to the 6. The Badgers set up offensively. Low snap, but McCoy has it. He'll throw as he rolls to his right. Completion to the 10, to the 15, to the 20-yard line. Good return or good run after the catch all the way out to the 24.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for Cam Archer and the Badgers. And Badgers are doing what they do most, running a fast offense.
Pickup of 18 on that play. Here's a pitch, and coming forward, looking for space. Arkadelphia is going to get some. That's a good cut. He'll make it all the way out to the 37-yard line. That quick pitch counts as a pass, and that was Archer on the reception.
Plenty of options and weapons here on the offensive side for Arkadelphia.
Pickup of 13 on the play. First down and 10 Badgers. They're going to hand it off this time. Here comes Whitaker. He's got yardage to the 40 to the 42-yard line. Pick up a 5.
Good to see the running game come back a little bit into this game. It was all pass last week, but awesome to see Whitaker get some action tonight.
He lines up next to his quarterback, McCoy. He'll get a nice fake, and they'll throw it into the flat. There's some room to run to the 45, to the 50, breaks the tackle to the 40. Ooh, he slipped down, I think. Slipped down, may have been touched by a defender, but he slipped down as he was just about to hit high gear at the 40-yard line of Ashdown. But it's a first down and 10. Badgers on the move.
This possession has kind of been the Cam Archer possession, just such a fast receiver.
18-yard gain on that play. Now a handoff. Here's Whitaker. That's a good run up to the 36-yard line. In traffic, he picked up 4.
Something that I would look at this game about is how fast Arkadelphia does run the ball. Are they going to run Ashdown out of breath, especially with their low numbers?
Whitaker is the running back. To the left of his quarterback, Archer. To the left of his quarterback, McCoy, who does make a nice throw, but a flag goes down. Looks like a blocking foul perhaps on the far side. Let's see. Waiting for the official call. It was a short gain. And here comes the call. Going to be holding against Arkadelphia. They'll back them up by 10. Arkadelphia will have second down over again, and they're going to spot the ball at the 46-yard line. Second and 16. You know, honestly, second and 16, not much worse than third and about 5, third and about 5 that they would have had. In any given play can be a huge play for Arkadelphia. In motion is Maddox Finley. Down the field, they're going to throw it and that's a completion to Finley. He's to the 30, to the 25, to the 22-yard line, first down and 10.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for Maddox Finley and the Arkadelphia Badgers. They are moving, and this might be a 99-yard drive.
Back them up by 10 on the holding call, and then they get a 24-yard gain. Beautiful pass and catch. Finley in motion again. They're going to pitch it. Here's Whitaker. He's got some space to the 15. He'll make a cut to the 10, to the 5. Struggling, fighting. He's still standing in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
Caden Whitaker, an ATO Automotive touchdown right there for Caden Whitaker and the Badgers. Let's watch this replay real quick. We see Grant Rollins once again getting a huge block right there. Receivers are blocking. Caden Whitaker is met by 4 defenders, and he runs it right in for a touchdown. Arkadelphia and Caden Whitaker once again.
They never tackled him. Kick, line drive shot this time, and it is perfect. Arkadelphia has now a 31-0 lead, 5:50 left. We are in the second quarter tonight. Arkadelphia in control. Rain starting to come down a little bit more, but Arkadelphia not worried about that at all with a nice 24-0 lead. We'll come back with a kickoff. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of their Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
The drive was 9 plays, 99 yards for the touchdown.
That's exactly what we want to hear.
How many yards of play is that, Cooper?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of yards of play. I'm not a math major, so Chris is making fun of me just a little bit, and Dr. Rothwell's trying to help me. But 11 yards per
But
play.
you know enough math to know who's ahead in this game, I think.
That's right.
Here it is from the 4-yard line. French is a really fast player, and he's got some good return yardage here. He'll run past some Badgers, and he might go. This is Bryson French on a kickoff return for a touchdown. I see no flags, and Ashdown has put itself on the board with French hitting full speed down the far sideline for the kickoff return for a touchdown. Bryson French showing what we had heard was great speed. He just proved it.
I mean, just a very athletic play right there. Very fast play. He's an athlete for sure.
French is just a junior. Really outstanding player. Now, Williamson, the quarterback who's played so well, is a senior. They don't have all that many seniors on this team, but Williamson is one of them. French will be back for his senior year, and he is an outstanding player. This looks like Spencer, who's going to try the extra point. A straight-ahead kicker, and the kick is blocked. The kick is loose, and it is dead. The extra point is no good. So it is Arkadelphia 31, Ashdown 6, 5:34 left. We are in the second quarter tonight. The Badgers going to get the ball on a kick return next. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Bell Wealth Services believes in a face-to-face business model. Blake is a third-generation AHS grad and a lifelong Badger supporter. Value can mean different things for different situations. Bell Wealth Services aims to add value in any financial situation. Contact Bell Wealth Services at 870-464-1167 or at 408 Court Street. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, FINRA SIPC.
Here's a replay. Now this is the extra point we're looking at, and let's see who's going to block it. Right up the middle is the block. We think it is Q, right? Not Z, but Q.
It does look like Quintavious Morris. Yes, that is a number 2. So Quintavious Morris right there, Q Morris. That is a huge play there on the special teams point after touchdown. That's a big play right there by Q.
So Arkadelphia has a 25-point lead, 5:34 left here in the second quarter. Now, of course, Arkadelphia would love to have a 35-point lead at halftime. That would mean we'd go to the rolling clock in the second half. Here is a bouncing ball. It is going to be picked up at the 26-yard line and returnable from there to the 35. Ooh, there's good speed. And this is going to be a kickoff return for a touchdown, followed by a kickoff return for a touchdown by Arkadelphia. They get the score back on a kickoff return for a touchdown by Roberts.
Ryan Roberts, back-to-back weeks on kickoff return touchdowns. Watching this replay, Ryan Roberts running right up the middle into the glory land of just no one there. That is a huge play and a huge answer by what was just happening with Ashdown. That is a huge play and an ATO automotive touchdown for Ryan Roberts.
Molinari on for the extra point attempt. This is a rarity. The kick is up and the kick is good. And Arkadelphia now has a 38-6 lead. You don't see kickoff returns for touchdowns in every game. You almost never see a kickoff return for a touchdown followed by a kickoff return for a touchdown.
That's definitely got to be a small percentage, and the math guy I am, I won't figure that out. But that is definitely a small percentage of that happening.
So with 5:50 left in the second quarter, Whitaker scored a touchdown on a 22-yard run. In just 16 seconds later, there was a touchdown by Ashdown on a kickoff return, and then Arkadelphia on 13 seconds later got a kickoff return for a touchdown, and the score has gone to 38-6. 38-6, Arkadelphia in the lead. 31-0 has suddenly become 38-6 in 29 seconds. Wow. So, Ashdown will hope for another chance. Will it be 3 in a row? I don't bet on things, Cooper.
I don't either.
But somebody right now is betting on whether or not there'll be a third kickoff return in a row.
I'm sure
I advise against it. I don't think it's a good idea, but somebody's doing it. I'm guaranteeing you right now.
If I was a betting man, I'd put $1 on it. But
you are not.
I'm not. I'm not a betting man. Especially with my mother in the booth.
Your mother
as well.
is in the booth, yes. We would tell you if he was a betting man. He's not. He's safe.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Here's the kickoff. This is a kickoff long and high and is returnable, but it's for Spencer from the 9-yard line. Spencer looking for space. He's up to the 20, and he's down at the 23-yard line. Good return coverage that time by Arkadelphia.
Good coverage right there, as always. Well, sometimes. Sorry. But
it used to be coverage. It used to be always. Now it's sometimes.
I know. I'm just used to saying always for Arkadelphia. But getting back into the groove of things for Arkadelphia, huge play right there. But now this defense really got to step up as we are coming towards the end of the first half with 5 minutes left. We're in the back half. And just like I frequently say, you got to be great in the middle eight. You got to be great towards the end of the first half and great in the middle at the beginning of the second half. So Arkadelphia's really got to get some pressure on this quarterback now.
All right, Riley Williamson at quarterback will hand off. Up the middle it goes, nowhere to go. The running game has not been good for Ashdown tonight. Second down and long coming.
Lance Gully right there on the tackle, defensive line, interior. I mean, he has had a great game tonight, making a lot of tackles and getting a ton of pressure on that quarterback.
No gain on first down, second down and 10. Well, Ashdown needs some offense. You cannot catch up by just returning kickoffs.
That's right.
Your offense has to contribute, so they're looking for that. Arkadelphia would like to get the ball back and have a chance to send this to the good sportsmanship rule before halftime or for the second half. They need another score for that. Here's a pass to the flat. Ooh, a dropped ball, and it's third down and 10. Ball's a little bit wet. and the receiver could not hold on to it. Top of your screen. Arkadelphia make a couple of substitutions, and they are definitely looking for a pass play. We'll see if they send a linebacker or two to put some extra pressure on Williamson on this 3rd down and 10 play. This would be really meaningful if Arkadelphia stops them here. They're in a situation where they'd have to punt.
That's very true. Arkadelphia running a 3-down lineman set, an extra linebacker in there, just like you said.
All right. Arkadelphia looks like they want to send pressure from the edge. They are coming after the quarterback. He is in trouble. He will throw the ball away. I think that might be called a fumble. The ball is at the 10-yard line. Fight for the ball. It rolls to the end zone, but I think went out of bounds. And they're going to mark it where it's out of bounds, I believe. I think he wanted to throw the ball, but he threw it backwards, so it's a fumble.
Let's watch this replay real quick. I'm going to keep eyes on the quarterback, but also all of these guys are rushing the quarterback. They set an edge this time, which allows him to not go out. Let's see. Yes, he tries to throw the football. So they didn't call it an incomplete pass, but they called it a fumble.
And they spot the ball at the 2-yard line.
The 2-yard line. That is where Arkadelphia will take over for 1st and goal.
It's 4th down.
Oh, 4th down.
4th down and 30.
They didn't get the ball. That's on me.
Yeah, 4th down and 30. He's going to punt from the back of his end zone. He does get the kick away, and the kick will take a bounce from the 25 all the way up to the 35. It will roll. Well, now it's going to be picked up, but a little late by Archer, and he's going to be knocked down. They'll put it at the 40-yard line. Well, that again by Williamson is a very effective punt. From his own 2-yard line, he puts Arkadelphia at the 40-yard line of Ashdown, but that's 38 yards with maybe a -1 on the return. So really fine job by Williamson. And Arkadelphia has great field position, but not a gimme touchdown at this point.
That's right. Arkadelphia coming in with great field position. Caden Whitaker now has 3 touchdowns in this game. Cam Archer over 100 yards receiving as well. Tons of weapons to be used in this possession.
All right, here comes Arkadelphia. They are going to run the ball right into the middle of the line of scrimmage, and they'll get a push in about 3, maybe 4 yards. They might spot it even closer to 5. Good running by, I believe, Moody into the game. That's a 5-yard game. Oh, he just kept going to the 35. 2nd and 5. Moody is good in traffic. Here he is again. He will run through a couple of defenders. He'll be knocked down, but not until he picks up a 1st down for Arkadelphia.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home 1st down for Blake Moody and the Arkadelphia Badgers, really getting this run game tight.
And there is a player down for Ashdown, but he's going to get up and walk off the field. That's good to see. They're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line, and it is 1st down from there for Arkadelphia. Once again, if Arkadelphia has a 35-point lead at halftime, they will force the good sportsmanship rule on Ashdown in the second half. We have 3:31 left before halftime. Arkadelphia leads by 32, so even a field goal would put them up by 35, but they'd love to have a touchdown on this drive. 1st down at the 28-yard line of Ashdown. Substitution on defense after the player was injured. And we're back to action. On 1st down, the Badgers will throw it. Under pressure, McCoy will throw the ball away. He wanted to throw a screen pass out into the flat, but it was well defended, so a good decision by McCoy not to throw it into a crowd in the flat. And with pressure coming, he just threw it away.
And he was pressured by number 66, Small Scroggins. So, and he's the guy that just checked in about 2 seconds before the play.
He got there in a hurry. 2nd and 10 for Arkadelphia. The passes into the flat had been working, and they anticipated that one. Here is a running play up the middle. Good run to the 30, to the 20, I should say, to the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Nice running by Brownlee, who had checked into the game for Arkadelphia.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home 1st down for Brownlee.
15-yard run for Mr. Brownlee down to the 13-yard line. Arkadelphia looking good here to put this away before halftime. 3:07 left, clock now starting to run again. Brownlee to the right of his quarterback, McCoy, now behind him. McCoy at quarterback will hand off. Here's a run into the line of scrimmage. He'll break it to the right side. He's got room to the 5, and an open field tackle at the 5-yard line will bring down Brownlee. And let's just see where they spot it. That's very close to a first down. They had actually spotted the ball at the 14, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. Instead of the 13, as I had said, they spotted it at the 14, so it's 2nd down and 1 yard to go. Ball at the 5. McCoy wants to throw it into the end zone high, but unable to get up there to get it is Meekin. He had a height advantage on the defender, but he couldn't get in position to get high enough for the reception. So it is 3rd down and 1. Not a surprise on 2nd and 1. You just go ahead and go for the touchdown.
Looks like they are going to run a real tight formation here.
Brownlee is the running back to the right of his quarterback. He will take the handoff. He's got a first down, and he is not in the end zone, but he's got a nice first down at the 2-yard line. They might even give him the 1.
That is a Welch Funeral Home first down, and Blake Moody is now checking in. And nope, they are going to send Brownlee and stay with Brownlee out there.
And they're going to spot the ball just short of the 1, between the 1 and 2-yard line. We're going to call that the 1. Looks to me to be a little closer to the 1. We'll call it the 1-yard line where it is 1st down and goal. 1st and goal from the 1. A pass play. McCoy in the end zone. He's got a lot of time to pass. Now he'll fire it to the back of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Roberts tried to come down with it in back of the end zone and could not.
Something I noticed about that play, the offensive line was just containing that defense for Ashdown, not allowing any penetration until the pocket was broken. But great job by the offensive line right there.
All right, as they spot the ball now, they put it right at the 2-yard line. It was closer than that a moment ago before the incompletion. Oh, well, they'll try it again. McCoy wants to throw. He'll fire it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Went to the back of the end zone, but again missed his receiver. And so it is 3rd down and goal, and I'm going to have to say it's at the 2-yard line now, although where they have spotted it has moved around a bit.
And they are going to send a heavier set out there. Oh, no, they're going to send out the field goal. Oh, right. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the big boy unit. That's what I like to call it.
Big boy unit is in for Arkadelphia.
Skylar McClure running on as well.
Arkadelphia has time. Still 10 seconds left on the play clock. 2 blockers in front of Whitaker. Whitaker with the ball, or I should say Q has the ball, and he's tackled at the 1. So he got 1 yard, but he's 1 yard short, as they did put the ball down at the 2. So it's 4th down from the 1. Oh, they marked that at the 2 again. Goodness gracious. 4th down and goal at the 2. Arkadelphia looking for the good sportsmanship rule. They need a touchdown here. McCoy rolls out, looks to the end zone, throws. That's it. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. They passed it to the end zone, and they got the score.
And they passed it to the tight end usually as well. But Skylar McClure right there on the ATO Automotive touchdown. The defensive end getting a touchdown right there for the Badgers. Big-time play by Skylar McClure and McCoy.
Arkadelphia lines up for the extra point. Only 38 seconds left before halftime. We'll be in the good sportsmanship rule in the second half unless there's another kickoff return for a touchdown. And I don't foresee that happening, but let's see what happens on the extra point. Well, what happens is always what happens when Seth Molinari is out there. It's good. So Arkadelphia has stretched its lead, and the Badgers are going to have a good sportsmanship rule second half. The clock's going to run continuously unless there's a score on the kickoff return here.
Which, statistically speaking, I don't know if that will happen, but I don't know. Could surprise us once again.
They're going to put a minute back on the clock, we hear now. That won't change the score. It is 48 for Arkadelphia, 6 for Ashdown. And they want to be careful on this kick return, as earlier French did have a kickoff return for a touchdown, the only score tonight so far for Ashdown. The officials are still talking, but I think they now have put exactly 1 minute on the clock. And that 1 minute is correct, I believe, because they're going to let them set up for the kickoff. So exactly 1 minute left. Let me make that note. McCoy on the touchdown pass of 2 yards officially. And here's the kickoff. Molinari's kick is a line drive shot, returnable, and it's returned to the 20-yard line, hit at the 22. They're going to pull him down. There is a flag that goes down. It's a high tackle. That might be a face mask, but let's see. Spencer on the return for Ashdown. Well, let's see where they put the ball down, waiting for the official to give us a signal. It's going to be holding against the return team, so that's going to back them up. The return was to the 20, or just length of the football past the 20-yard line, and it's a 10-yard penalty against Ashdown. Well, we want you to stay tuned. Not only do we have, of course, our excellent halftime show come up, sponsored by Southern Bancorp, but we've also got an interview that Dalton's going to be able to do on the sideline with Coach Shucker on his way off the field in what looks like it will be, unless Ashdown does something dramatic, it will be a good sportsmanship rule second half. Arkadelphia leads it 45-6. Back to pass. They're going to not get anywhere. In fact, he will be unable to let go of the ball. Sacked by Arkadelphia at the 5-yard line. He did hand it off there at the last moment on a draw play, but the loss is going to say forward progress at the 7. And that is a loss. They had placed the ball at the 11. Fascinating. They had placed the ball at the 11 for first down. He's back now at the 7-yard line, so it's 2nd and 14.
Get ready to do your Shucker interview. You just started.
2nd and long, back to pass. He'll throw long down the left sideline looking for French, and French cannot catch it because it's a beautiful defensive play. I mean, if he had caught the ball, he had it down the sideline for a touchdown, but diving to knock the ball away at the last moment, the Arkadelphia Badgers. That was a big-time play for Arkadelphia.
Defending on that play, number 30.
And defending for Arkadelphia was cornerback Jaden McKenzie. Made a nice diving play to knock the ball away.
Third down and 14 now.
From the 7-yard line for Ashdown, it's 3rd down and 14. The deep pass to French might be their best chance, but man, what a nice play by Jaden McKenzie. And we have stopped the action. Going to be a delay of game call against Ashdown. That's going to back them up again. No, they're going to wave it off. All right, that's fine. 5 seconds remain. This will be the last play of the half. Back to pass. Last play of the first half. Pass into the flat, an immediate tackle. Catch made at the 10. That's going to be a gain of 3, and that will be halftime. So Arkadelphia does a super job in the first half. They're going to force the good sportsmanship rule. We think we're going to have an opportunity to have a conversation. And we believe Dalton might have a chance to talk to Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Let's see if, in fact, that is going to be the case. Here comes Dalton. He's going to have, I think, a chance to talk to Coach Shucker. Jason Jones helping out. And here we go down to Dalton.
We're here with Coach Shucker here at half. Coach, got a pretty big lead coming into half, but still some things you want to clean up. What can you say about your defense?
Yeah, no, our defense is playing really well. They're giving up some plays, but the biggest thing is we got to keep the quarterback in the pocket. We got to do a better job at when we're getting back there. We got to find a way to get him down. He's extending too many plays on us.
What would be your speech going into halftime for your team?
The biggest thing is don't let up. Play Badger football. We're going to get some new guys in there. We're going to make some rotations. But the expectation is still the expectation. In these situations, we start rotating guys. We start getting some second guys in there. The expectation doesn't change, and you're going to see our staff coach the same way as if we were in the first half. We want guys executing. We want guys bringing the intensity. We want guys going out there and playing Badger football. Nothing changes.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
And that's outstanding. Thank you very much, Dalton. I'll tell you what, Coach Shucker really has something in mind here. This is a teaching moment. This is a moment when they expect the young guys to play with great intensity in this second half. We know who's going to win the game. It's a good sportsmanship rule, 45-6. And yet there's much to be learned from this kind of situation, as Coach Shucker said.
That's right. Just like Coach Shucker said, there's always something to be learned. In these types of games, now you're getting your young guys in there, but it is the exact same expectation as it is with the first string, the second string, and even the third, fourth, whatever you want to go to. But it's the same expectation for all guys wearing a Badger uniform tonight.
Really great opportunity for the young guys to prove themselves, to take hold in a varsity football game and say, I belong here and I want to be here and I want to actually start as time goes by. It's a really nice opportunity for them to make that statement on offense and on defense, even on special teams. At halftime, it is Arkadelphia 45, Ashdown 6. Halftime shows coming up. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Located at 214 North 25th Street in Arkadelphia, Providence Veterinary Care is a full-service clinic offering complete medical care for your pets, including preventative care, routine surgery, and in-house diagnostics. Our staff at Providence Veterinary Care is filled with passionate animal lovers who are highly trained and dedicated to making sure that your pets receive care and compassion every time they walk in the door. Visit us or give us a call at 870-464-1305. Providence Veterinary Care. Compassionate care, modern medicine.
It's always a great day to be a Badger, and it's always a great day to live, work, and play in Arkadelphia. More than 350 individuals, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, and business owners join together to make Arkadelphia stronger, better positioned, and a great place to call home through the Arkadelphia Alliance and Area Chamber of Commerce. You can be a part too and be all in for Arkadelphia and Clark County. Visit ArkadelphiaAlliance.com to find local resources, see a directory of current members, check out our member benefits, and join today.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in how we support our communities, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Scott Bird DDS is a true general dentistry practice with a comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. Led by Dr. Scott Bird, they've been serving the people of Arkadelphia for over 20 years. It's a simple philosophy: treat every patient the way they would want to be treated, with clear communication and honesty. Their comprehensive care ensures that all your dental needs are met under one roof, providing convenience and quality you can count on. Scott Bird DDS General Dentistry at 7th and Caddo, 870-246-6745.
Proud to sponsor the Smash Mouth hit of the game each Friday night.
Welcome back to Badger Stadium. We are at the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Arkadelphia 45, Ashdown 6. Chris Babb, Dalton Reed. Jim Roth will be on in a minute with the Sexton Firm game summary and stat recap. Then we'll bring you the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. Dalton joins me. Dalton, we talked at the pregame show about this being a big night around Class 4A, bringing some of the scores, which I would imagine around halftime are the big ones.
Yeah, the big ones around halftime right now. One that's really sticking out to me, as we mentioned in the pregame show, like you said, Southside and Gosnell for that Northeast Arkansas Conference. They are not all knotted up at 7. They're in halftime. It looks that Ozark is playing at home against Dardanelle. Ozark up 22-9 in that one.
That's a big one.
That is a big one. This is the second week in a row that Dardanelle finds themselves in a hole. They found themselves in a hole against Lamar last week. Came out to win that one.
That was on the road as well, wasn't
yes,
it? They came back to win that one.
Yeah, it was at Lamar. They were down 21-0 at one point in that game. So Dardanelle doing some fighting from behind. And then last update I have, with 7 seconds left in the second quarter, Warren has taken a 34-31 lead over the Rice Birds of Stuttgart. So
Did you say second quarter?
Second quarter, 7 seconds left in the second quarter.
That's a lot of points. Excuse me. Remember the Hamburg Warren score 2 weeks ago was either 67-54 or 64-57. So Warren is in some games where there are some points being scored.
And that's it. And Hamburg,
you might hear those referred to as basketball scores.
Star City is at Hamburg. Hamburg is up 63-0 at half. And their running back, Nikel Lewis, has now crossed the 2,000 rushing yards in a season.
I was going to say,
in the first quarter.
I thought you were going to say you might have crossed that in a game if they've got 63 points. But thanks, Dalton, for those. We'll let you take the headset on over to Jim Rothwell, as Jim is back with us after big time in this last week and hanging out with the Oklahoma City Thunder or something like that over there. Yeah. Welcome back, Jim.
Yeah,
Jim,
I left my abacus at home, too.
That's
I didn't
right.
think I needed it tonight.
Left the abacus at home. You back to the 2020s with the computer. Bring us the Sexton Firm stat recap for the first half.
One of the things we've talked about all year is the Arkadelphia defense. Tonight, 10 carries for a minus 11 yards, counting the big loss there on the fumble. So that's a minus rushing yards for them. Passings, 8 out of 16 for 79. A couple of great catches by the big receiver, French, kept him in the game. And, of course, Williamson, the quarterback, has scrambled around. He's escaped, I don't know how many sacks. You figure the way he's had to scramble, there'd be 4 or 5 sacks, and he just gets away. So, again, great job by the Arkadelphia defense, the defensive line with the pressure. The secondary's made some great plays as well. Offensively, McCoy is 12 out of 22 for 200 yards in the first half. Yeah. Not a bad first half.
Right.
But Archer has 5 receptions for 108 yards. A big night for him. Finley has 3 catches for 40. Rushing, Whitaker, 10 carries for 69. And then Brownlee has 7 carries for 35 yards. A couple of those were short carries down there on the goal line.
So Whitaker with 2 touchdowns and Brownlee with the 1 touchdown as well.
Yeah. So getting pretty good balance with Arkadelphia in their offense, 200 yards passing, but 124 rushing tonight. So we've seen the rushing game perform pretty well tonight for the first half.
And our Sexton Firm stat recap in the second half is going to be pretty close to the numbers here. So McCoy ends the first half and probably the game with 200 yards passing and 1 touchdown. That was the
no interceptions for him tonight, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that was kind of what we saw last week as well. I know you missed last week, but that's kind of what we saw again last week as well. Cam Archer, 5 catches, 108 yards, and Caden Whitaker, 10 rushes, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Brownlee with another touchdown for Arkadelphia. Jim, thanks for that Sexton Firm stat recap. It's an abbreviated one tonight because the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band is on the field, and we will be glad to bring you their performance. Got a lot of the props out there. Looking forward to seeing this entire show, the competition show, take a bite out of the Big Apple. This is the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band as they get ready to take the field and perform their competition show for the home fans. After that, stick around. We'll have the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week after the Badger Pride Marching Band is finished. Enjoy the halftime show, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. The band is led onto the field by Senior Drum Major Destiny Seabrooks Robertson and Junior Drum Major Ezra Campbell. Tonight, the band will be performing their 2025 production titled A Bite of the Big Apple, featuring the music of George Gershwin, Leonard Bernstein, Billy Joel, Alicia Keys, and John Mackey. Part 1 includes Welcome to the Big Apple, featuring the music of George Gershwin and Leonard Bernstein. Part 2 will be A New York State of Mind, featuring the music of Billy Joel and Alicia Keys. Part 3 will be Rush Hour in Manhattan, featuring Asphalt Cocktail by John Mackey. And now, we hope you'll enjoy A Bite of the Big Apple. The Arkadelphia Badger Pride Band is under the direction of band directors Larry Brown, Andrea Green, and Brian Sandoval.
That was the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band with their competition show. First time they've been able to make the full run through it in front of the home crowd. It's a great show. Best wishes to them. They had all ones at all region last week, qualified for the state marching contest in a couple of weeks. It's time for our Southern Bancorp Student of the Week, and it's just fitting that it happens after the band performance under drum major Destiny Seabrooks Robertson, because Destiny is the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. The drum major for the Badger Pride Marching Band, Destiny plays French horn for the Wind Ensemble, member of the 2024 State Honor Band. Destiny's involved in the GT program and the Cone Foundation at AHS, also a member of the Beta Club, FCCLA, the National Honor Society, and Destiny is described by the Arkadelphia High School administration as an exceptional young lady, and that's the verbatim written on the note there, Dr. Jeff Root. So congratulations to Destiny Seabrooks Robertson, Destiny Seabrooks Robertson, the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. That'll wrap up the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Your score, Arkadelphia 45, Ashdown 6. Jeff Root, Cooper Dar will be back for the third quarter when we come back on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
As teachers, we all know that if students' basic needs are not met, then they're not going to perform in the classroom.
Food bags help bridge the gap on weekends and holidays when school isn't in session, ensuring that they don't go hungry.
Hi, my name is Craig Sills, pastor of Park Hill Baptist Church. You know, there's so many great churches in Arkadelphia, but if you're looking for a church family, we would love to have you join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30. For students, we welcome you to our Wednesday night Connect Nights, a night full of food, fellowship, and Bible study. And also, for our middle school and high school students, don't forget to join us for post-game pancakes after every home Badger game this fall. To find out times and locations, look for this graphic on the Park Hill Baptist Church Facebook page, or you can learn more online at parkhillbaptist.com.
Roger Wingfield State Farm is a family-run business dedicated to serving your insurance and financial planning needs. They provide personal and commercial lines of insurance, including auto and home coverage. In addition, they now offer financial planning services to assist with retirement planning. Their office is staffed with 6 licensed agents ready to help you navigate your insurance options and retirement goals. Whether you need assistance with retirement planning or insurance, please let us earn your business.
Hi, this is Pastor Rick Mays, and I want to invite you to Trinity Temple Assembly of God in Arkadelphia. We're a church that is alive and full of energy, with exciting kids and youth programs your family will love. And we've just moved to a 2-service format. Join us Sunday at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock for powerful worship and a life-changing message. There's a place for you at Trinity Temple, where faith is growing, families are thriving, and God is moving. Don't miss it. Join us this Sunday.
We are just about ready for second half action. We are just about ready for second half action here, as the clock is ready for the third quarter and the teams are almost ready. The officials lining up now. We'll have second half action here sometime very soon. 45-6 is the score, Arkadelphia leading. This is Jeff Root along with me, Cooper Dar. And Cooper, Arkadelphia dominated the first half much like they wanted to, but they got a few things that they've still got to work on. And especially they want to work with some of the younger guys here with the rolling clock in the second half.
That's right. Just the starters for Arkadelphia have really set the tone for this game. I mean, it has been great on all phases of the game, the defensive line, the offensive line, and specifically Grant Rollins, right? So we got Mr. Rollins, his father, sitting right next to me right now. But we are just talking about some Arkadelphia football, and they are clicking on all cylinders. So Yeah, McCoy is doing great. We got Whitaker with 3 touchdowns. Cam Archer over 100 yards receiving, and just some electric football going on right now.
Defense has thrown a shutout in the first half, but the kickoff return team gave up one touchdown. Blocked the extra point, though. So Arkadelphia really could have made this good sportsmanship rule second half with a field goal. Went ahead and instead scored the touchdown before halftime, lead at 45-6. Seth Molinari is set for the kickoff. I got to say, although it's a little cool right now, it feels like football weather to me. And Cooper, the rain has been very little, if at all, so it's been a good night for football.
That's right. It has been the perfect football weather. It's always good whenever just the fans can put on a hoodie, a sweater, a sweatshirt, whatever it is, that you can just enjoy some football, and you know these players are loving this weather as well.
Here is a high, short kickoff returnable. They kick it away from Bryson this time. The return is to the 20, down at the 22-yard line with a short kickoff return, but handling the ball well was Cale Gleghorn.
Skylar McClure was there to make the stop, and just he fell right at his feet. But this defense coming out right here, it's time to kind of just really set the tone for this second half. They set the tone well in the first half with the offense scoring, but now this defense has got to come out. Skylar McClure, Xavier Williams, they're all still out there. They're going to set the tone and really start getting some other guys in this game.
I appreciate it, and I tell you what, we're going to see a lot of first-teamers for Ashdown as opposed to Arkadelphia simply because they have a very short bench, and so Riley Williamson does start the game at quarterback for the second half, I should say he's starting. There is a handoff, and this is Bryson on a running play, and he'll be tackled at the 25, gain between 3 and 4 on the carry.
That is Kelton Wilson there on the tackle for Arkadelphia.
He showed a lot of speed, but he was grabbed and went down immediately. Good defensive play, as you stated, Cooper, and that's going to be a gain of just 3. So 2nd down and 7 from the 25. A little bit of a different look, putting him at running back instead of receiver. And let's see how they line up this time. Williamson is the quarterback, and that is French to his right at running back. Interesting. He's going to get the ball, looking for space, and he will fall down in the backfield. Nowhere to go, and he just went to the turf, so a loss on the play. Looking for a hole, he didn't find one. There'll be a loss of 1. No, more than that. Going to be a loss back to the 22, loss of 3, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Will they throw the ball? Now, the clock's going to run no matter what they do. Doesn't matter if there's an incomplete pass here in the second half. The clock's just going to roll. Williamson at quarterback, alone in the backfield this time. In the slot to his left is French, but he wants to throw to his right. He's under pressure, circling at the 5-yard line. He just throws the ball away. Close enough, I believe, that they won't throw a flag, and they'll just have 4th and very long.
Now, that's exactly what we wanted to see from Arkadelphia, getting a 4-and-out or a 3-and-out as quick as possible, having them punt this ball on 4th down. But now Cam Archer ready to receive this ball if they kick it to him and receive great field position for this Arkadelphia offense.
Williamson has done a nice job of punting the ball tonight. He'll get another opportunity here on 4th down and 10. And he'll stand at his own 10-yard line to get the ball away. Ashdown late getting a player onto the field. And they snap it as he is still running onto the field. I don't know if they'll bother to throw a flag, though. It'll roll across the 50-yard line. Clearly that would have been a procedure call, but I think they just let it go. Just let it go. It's a rolling clock. I don't blame them. Well, the 48-yard line for Arkadelphia. 1st down and 10. First possession of the second half, and the Badgers have 52 yards to go. And they have plenty of time left, although it is a running clock at 8:19 left. We're in the 3rd quarter. Time is going to go by quickly. Scorekeeper and clock keeper here at Arkadelphia know how to run the good sportsmanship rule, and they're going to keep that thing running. On 1st down, here's the snap. Meekin is now the quarterback. He hands it to Moody. Moody breaks a tackle to the 45-44-yard line of Ashdown. Now, Moody is not a young player, but he is a key player because he's a backup at running back, and while he's not getting a lot of playing time right now, he's a key figure that could step in and play at any point.
He is a key figure for sure, and he is laying down. Hopefully this is just a cramp. but might be an ankle roll-up, but he's getting up just fine. But just like you were saying, he is such an important role to this team. I know he brings the energy, and at the same time, he can really score any touchdowns whenever you put a ball in his hands.
He is walking off the field, but struggling a little bit. I'll tell you what, he made a nice 8-yard run, and now he's going to have a little bit of time off, it looks like. Getting some help getting off the field, but he is walking under his own power, so we hope that Mr. Moody is just fine and be available next week. Bryce Meekin is an excellent quarterback. Now, he's the backup quarterback, a year younger than McCoy and a key receiver, but he can play some quarterback. Here is a run. This is Brownlee. Brownlee's got good yardage up to the 35-yard line. Good gain. And Mr. Brownlee is a talented running back as well.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down for Brownlee, and they are going to run this fast-paced offense.
First down at 10, running play. Here's Brownlee again. He breaks into the secondary, breaks past one tackler and then another and goes for another 10 yards, maybe 12, first down.
And that is another Welch Funeral Home first down for Brownlee once again. And this offensive line is blocking really, really well for Meekin and Brownlee.
First down at the 23-yard line. They'll throw it into the flat. There's a catch. Broken tackle, a run down the sideline, a nice gain. He broke another tackle. He's near the end zone. Did he get in? No, he stepped out of bounds at the 5.
And that was Jason Moss, the junior wide receiver. Jason Moss catching that ball, getting into the red zone.
You're going to spot it at the 4-yard line. So first down goal at the 4 for Arkadelphia. Nice gain of 19 on that pass play. From the 4, it is first down and goal, Arkadelphia. Clock does continue to roll. We're in the rolling clock, good sportsmanship rule. 6 minutes, 9 seconds left, third quarter. Back to pass. Meekin throws, corner of the end zone. There's a high catch, and he has his feet in. That's a touchdown, Arkadelphia. Badger score yet again. Another possession, another score.
And that is an ATO Automotive touchdown there for number 11, Jason Moss. On this replay, Jason Moss catching it up in the air, and that is a huge play. And just like we said, the standard does not change for anybody wearing a Badger uniform because it is now 52-6.
Kick up and good. That is the score, 52-6. Arkadelphia with the lead. Meekin to Moss, a 4-yard touchdown pass. That was a 5-play drive of 52 yards for the score. Clock continues to roll at 5:15 and counting, but we'll take a break. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Did you lose it?
Nope, trying to pull up the ad. We're going to get it up here in just a minute, I think. Okay, we're back here. We're going to take a break. If we are able to pull it up now, I think we're going to be able to get it. All right, this is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
In downtown Arkadelphia, your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Printmania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Printmania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Printmania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Printmania today at 870-246-3803.
All right, we're back to action now. Arkadelphia is set to kick off. The clock has continued to roll as it's supposed to, so we're down under 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter now. Ashdown will have another possession momentarily. The young man who returned a kickoff for a touchdown for the only score tonight for Ashdown is Bryson French. He is at the top of your screen at about the 9-yard line, but he's not going to get a chance this time. It goes all the way to the 6-yard line. Returnable from there, looking for space, making it to the 15-yard line, fighting for the 20 and not getting there is the return man for Ashdown, and that is Deshaun Clardy. Good effort by McClarty, but not enough space to run through. Mr. McClarty is stopped at the 17-yard line. First down and 10 at the 17 for Ashdown. The crowd is thinning out a little bit, but a lot of fans still here. It's not raining now, just a nice cool night, watching a little bit of football. Some of the younger guys getting into the game now. We're going to call some names as we see some of those younger players get some action on offense and on defense. Ashdown on offense right now, and they're going to line up looking for a chance to move the ball. New quarterback in. He is going to be sacked on his first play. He's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but a little short of that is Scooter Johnson.
And that was a sack for sure. Number 35, Hunter Yarber there to make the sack even happen. You got number 40 as well, Clark Wingfield there at defensive end helping in on the sack. And number 52, and that is Anthony Hill right there as well. And Caden Marlowe, number 66 there for the defensive line, creating a big sack for Arkadelphia.
Loss of 1 on the play. Second down, 11 yards to go. He'll throw the ball to the flat. It is caught, but a tackle is made immediately, and the ball got loose. I think they'll call this incomplete. Intended receiver is a young man who's made a couple of nice catches tonight, Joe Del Angel.
And that was John Ross Simpson there on the coverage there for the Badgers, making it 3rd and long for Ashdown.
That was really good coverage because the hit is what separated the receiver from the ball, but not a fumble. It was ruled that he never really had control of it. And so it is 3rd down and 11. 11 and a half maybe to go. Quarterback again seeing his first action at that position tonight is Scooter Johnson. Johnson wants to throw it. He's got a little bit of time, and he will fire it downfield, and it is incomplete just off the hands of Del Angel, who almost got to the ball but could not quite pull it in. So the incompletion makes it 4th and 11 for Ashdown. Panthers from their own 16-yard line. Badgers have scored 52 tonight, and they're going to get the ball back momentarily. We are still in the 3rd quarter, but less than a minute left now before we head to the final quarter of action. Going to be an early exit tonight for these teams as we are at just 8:49 in the evening. Here's the punt. That's Williamson with another good kick, but it's going to be returned from the 45. There is a flag down to the 40-yard line to the 30. Archer to the 20. Archer makes a cut to the 10. Another cut. He's going to go to the end zone. It's just a matter of will they count this, as there is a flag down at the beginning of the return. Now he's going to pick it up and walk, and I think that flag might have been a player who attempted to tackle early and may have grabbed a face mask. I don't think they're going to call this back. That's going to be a Badger touchdown on a punt return.
All right, an ATO Automotive touchdown there for Cam Archer. There was a flag on the play, but it was picked up in the middle of the play. Wow, that is a huge special teams play there here at the end of the 3rd quarter for Cam Archer. Wow.
Really great kick return. And now a fake punt, or fake extra point. They're going to throw it into the end zone. The ball is tipped, and the ball is, did he catch that? No, it bounced to him, and so he didn't catch it. I think that was purposeful. It could have been a snap mishandle, but I think that was purposeful. They decided to try, for the first time, a fake extra point. It falls incomplete and no good. But 6 points for the Badgers on this trip, and it's 58-6. Badgers lead after that punt return for a touchdown by Archer. And we'll take a break. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Make ATO Automotive on Pine Street the place you take your vehicle when it won't take you where you need to go. Transmission, alignment, engine, brakes, and tires, ATO Automotive can handle it all. Locally owned and operated by James Rollins, let ATO Automotive take care of your vehicle the next time it just isn't running quite right. ATO Automotive says go Badgers, especially our number 73, Grant Rollins. ATO Automotive, 1802 Pine Street. Call us at 870-210-5269.
Ashdown will have another kickoff return opportunity. Arkadelphia got a touchdown on a punt return by Archer. He's been dangerous on returns all year long, Cooper. What a weapon he is. Roberts, too, as kick returners, they're among the best we've seen.
Oh, I mean, for sure. They've had multiple returns this year, which is something that is very rare in all of football, especially in high school football. Whenever you have two guys that can return it from any type of return game, that is something that will be a success for the rest of this season. That is a huge deal.
41-yard punt return for a touchdown. High kick, returnable, but the ball is, he's going to catch it and run it back to the 20-yard line and be tackled there. I thought he might have trouble fielding that because he was bending over so far as he made the catch while running, but a good job of holding on to it for Ashdown and for their return man once again, Deshaun Clardy. Nice job of just fielding it. He'll make it up to the 20 where it's first down and 10 Ashdown. We're in the fourth quarter now, by the way. And the fourth quarter sponsor, well, let me tell you, the third quarter sponsor was Providence Veterinary Care. Fourth quarter sponsor is Eccles Thompson and Kneebone CPA. And this fourth quarter will go quickly just like the third quarter did. Ashdown with a first down and 10. And they don't appear to be in a hurry either. Ashdown looking at their plays. Maybe this one's coming from the back of the playbook. Let's see. Quarterback once again is Scooter Johnson. Got to love the name. Scooter will throw into the flat. There is a catch, a hit immediately, and so not a gain on the play. Well defended by Arkadelphia, Tyler Smith. Got to be pleased with how the backups are playing right now as they come in and really shut down Ashdown just like the first teamers did.
I mean, you have to love it. Whenever you have guys that can compete at any depth position, it just shows you that it is always a battle during the weeks for that position, even with the first team guys and Cheston Mitchell helping out there with the tackle as well. Just really cool to see some competition with all of the depth that Arkadelphia has.
No gain on the completed pass. Scooter Johnson going to face some pressure this time. He hands off, and the running back will be hit and will lose yardage. That's a nice hit. Really good play by defensive lineman for Arkadelphia. Coming up with the tackle was Terrell Jones. Jones hit him low, and he fell over by the time the other Badgers got there for a loss at the 18-yard line. Third down and 12. Mr. Johnson is a junior, so he might be the quarterback of the future for Ashdown. And he stands next to his running back, whose number's not on my roster. He's in trouble and will throw an incompletion. Once again, the pressure just getting there quickly.
I mean, whenever you have a defensive line like we do and Clark Wingfield getting back there in the backfield, causing a pressure to that quarterback, I mean, that is just a recipe for success whenever you have this much competition at any depth point. I can't really get over that about how explosive we are playing at any point in this game. It doesn't matter if it's the first quarter or the fourth quarter.
Man, Archer really wanted to go back there and return one more punt as it is fourth down punting situation, but Alan McDill's going to line up at his own 49-yard line and look for this kick return. Long punt. It will go over McDill, and he will chase it down. Now he's going to be able to pick it up and run with it from the 20-yard line. Misses one Ashdown player, will make it to the 25-yard line. On the return again for Arkadelphia, Andy McDill. Ball at the 25-yard line, first down and 10.
All right, the defense is coming out. Maybe. Oh, wait. No, the offense is coming out. My goodness. It's one of those. Yeah, the offense is coming out. Going to talk about some of this offensive line as soon as they get out there and the receivers out there as well. But Bryson McCoy is leading this team very, very well in the second half.
And for some reason, we got a major mark-off against Arkadelphia all the way back to the 9-yard line. Wow. To the 9-yard line it goes. And Arkadelphia will start this drive with a first and 10 instead of at the 25 at its own 9-yard line. Well, okay. Badgers have a long talk with their coaches. Of course, Arkadelphia, as Coach Shucker said in the halftime interview, He wants concentration. He wants execution here in this second half. Got to ignore the rolling clock, ignore the score, and go out and execute. Meekin at quarterback. He will hand off. Here is a running play into the line of scrimmage. This time a good hit by Ashdown as they are fighting back, and it will be second down, no gain.
Arkadelphia's number 21, Mario Brownlee, carries the ball.
Yeah, they did eventually spot the ball at the 10-yard line, so that's a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 from the 9. Pass play, Meekin. Now he's going to run. He's got some room. He's to the 15. He's to the 20, 25-yard line. He'll go down to the 31-yard line where a shoestring tackle does bring him down. But he's got a big arm. He's a big guy. He's a good receiver. He's a good quarterback, and he can run the ball with those long strides.
He can run the ball, and he is a physical runner as well. He kind of pump faked the defense there, and he is a smart player.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Pick up a 22. Pass to the flat. There's a catch. Run to the 35. He'll break a tackle, make it to the 40-yard line. Good run after the catch, and this young man's making a name for himself. Good work again by Jason Moss.
Yeah, Jason Moss catching a touchdown on the last time the offense had it. I'm expecting a lot out of this guy for the next couple years.
Second down, 1 yard to go for Arkadelphia. We're in the fourth quarter in a rolling clock. Arkadelphia leads at 58-6. Running play, and that's going to make enough for a first down.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down for Mario Brownlee and Arkadelphia.
First down at 10, ball at the Arkadelphia 43-yard line. Badgers have 58 points tonight. Meekin at quarterback. He will fake a pass, throw it to the flat. There's a run after the catch. There's a gain out to the 45 to the 48-yard line.
And that is Brett Boyette right there on the reception. Number 22, Brett Boyette. And a huge gain on first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him yardage out to the 49 for a pickup of 6. Second down, 4 yards to go. Good run after the catch. Here's a running play. Brownlee right up the middle. He's got a lot of room. He's to the 40 of Ashdown, to the 35, and they'll bring him down there.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down for Brownlee. Once again, we've called Brownlee for a lot of first downs tonight. And Arkadelphia, first down.
He is having some fun out there at the 35-yard line. Clock rolling, under 4 minutes left in the game. Arkadelphia wouldn't mind scoring one more touchdown. Some of the young guys on the field. Meechin, quarterback, will hand off. Looking for space. He's going to find some to the 30-yard line. Pick up of about 8 on the run. Really excellent one run again by Brownlee. Brownlee a little bit short of a first down, but a good run on first down is going to give them second and short from the 27. They just need 2 more for a first down. Meekin, remember, is only a sophomore. He's starting at receiver, making a lot of big catches for Arkadelphia, but the quarterback is only a sophomore. He's got some other sophomores out there with him. They look to the sideline. They're getting the play, lining it up correctly. This side of the field, the receivers are Andre Derry and also Jaden Relaford. Pass play to the other side, top of the screen. There is a good break, and he might score to the 15, to the 10. That is a touchdown, Arkadelphia. Beautiful run after the catch. Some good blocking over there as well. And that is a touchdown for Arkadelphia's Caden Richards.
And that is an ATO automotive touchdown, Caden Richards. And that is a huge play right there, bringing it 64-6 for Arkadelphia.
Extra point attempt coming. Badgers continue to score on every possession. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the extra point once again, as always, good by Seth Molinari. And the score is Arkadelphia 65 and Ashdown 6. Let's take a break. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair. It always has been, dating back to 1920 in the original Ludwig's Bakery in South Dakota. Well, we're here in Arkadelphia now in our new location downtown right off of Caddo Street. Come visit us and enjoy our authentic, freshly baked German fare. For us, it's nostalgic and a source of pride, and we want to share it with you.
Kommen Sie uns morgen früh besuchen.
That's come visit us tomorrow morning, and we can get your weekend off to a great start. Ludwig's Bakery.
Sophomore Bryce Meekin on the pass to junior receiver. Really outstanding run after the catch by Caden Richards. And so Arkadelphia has stretched its lead out. Now the Badgers with 65 tonight, 6 for Ashdown, and that 6 came on a kickoff return. They're going to get a chance for another one right now.
They are going to, with 1 minute left in this game, they have an opportunity to get more points on this scoreboard if they want. But this clock will continue to run for this last minute.
All right, Arkadelphia is set for the kickoff. Not many plays left as we're under 50 seconds. High kick, returnable. And the kick will be returned to the 20-yard line, and he'll be stopped immediately at that spot. Deshaun Clardy on the kick return. Been a long night for Ashdown. Arkadelphia says they recovered that on the kick return. I don't think we may not have another play regardless. I think Arkadelphia has decided to just stay on the sideline. Ashdown will do the same. And this 15 seconds from being over, there will not be another snap. So I don't know if that was a fumble or not on the kickoff return. The officials just walked away instead of worrying about it. And so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Another victory for Arkadelphia. Another good sportsmanship rule for the Badgers. It is 65 for the home team. The Arkadelphia Badgers, 6 for Ashdown. And the Badgers put another one in their pocket.
They do put another one in their pocket. This is a huge win for Arkadelphia, and they have a couple more conference games to play, but this is just setting them up very, very well for this postseason as they are still working in this conference play. But what we are really liking, and just like we talked about earlier, is that Arkadelphia is getting to that boiling point. They are getting better and better each week, and let me tell you, this offense looked explosive tonight.
Arkadelphia scored on every possession in the first half, and Arkadelphia scored on all its possessions in the second half, even got a punt return for a touchdown as well, had a kickoff return for a touchdown in the first half. Everything, as you said, really working well for Arkadelphia Cooper, and it's a big win tonight. Our own Chris Babb is down on the field already. Very soon he'll have an interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. We're also in this postgame show, the Blend Luxury Real Estate postgame show to come. We're going to have the ATO Automotive postgame interview, the Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary, the Trinity Temple Assembly of God players of the game, the Sexton Firm big play of the game, and the Scott Bird DDS Smash Mouth hit of the game. All of that coming your way here in the postgame show. We'll come back to that when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair. It always has been, dating back to 1920 in the original Ludwig's Bakery in South Dakota. Well, we're here in Arkadelphia now in our new location downtown right off of Caddo Street. Come visit us and enjoy our authentic, freshly baked German fare. For us, it's nostalgic and a source of pride, and we want to share it with you.
Kommen Sie uns morgen früh besuchen.
That's come visit us tomorrow morning, and we can get your weekend off to a great start. Ludwig's Bakery.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college, and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Bell Wealth Services believes in a face-to-face business model. Blake is a third-generation AHS grad and a lifelong Badger supporter. Value can mean different things for different situations. Bell Wealth Services aims to add value in any financial situation. Contact Bell Wealth Services at 870-464-1167 or at 408 Court Street. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, FINRA SIPC.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Seeing a long conversation on the field between Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker and his team, no doubt about that. This was not a difficult win for Arkadelphia, 65-6, the victors tonight over Ashdown. But the Badgers want to stay focused. They want to stay ready for games that will be closer, that will be more difficult. And he had a nice talk with them after the game to make sure that that is going to be the case. He's talking to several players right now, and Chris Babb is nearby, so we're going to have that interview coming up in a few minutes. But first, let me just tell you about the second half possessions. Now, it went fast. It was a rolling clock, but Ashdown got the ball first, had to punt the ball away on 4th and 10 at its own 22-yard line. Arkadelphia then turned around and went 52 yards in 5 plays, and they scored a touchdown on a pass from Meekin to Moss. Moss got the big touchdown. Young guy coming in, played very well. 5:20 left in the third quarter, and Arkadelphia had stretched its lead to 52-6. After that, Ashdown was forced to punt from its own 16-yard line, and Archer had a punt return for a touchdown on the last play of the quarter to go to 58-6. Arkadelphia on its next possession got a touchdown on a Caden Richards catch from the quarterback Meekin. Seth Molinari made the extra point. It was 65-6, 8 plays and 90 yards. Let's go down to the field.
All right, with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Coach, I want to follow up on what Dalton asked you, or what you talked about with Dalton at halftime. It's a follow-up from last week, and we talked it in the pregame. You have to be a little bit more pleased this week with how your guys came in and attacked in the second half, no matter who was on the field.
Yeah, and that's the expectation we have around here, and especially this time of year. We've already had JV games. We've already had however many weeks of practice. Those next guys in should be ready to go and should be able to go maintain the standard of execution and effort that we expect out of everybody in our group. And so second half doesn't change, and I thought that we did that tonight. Our second group went out there and still put points on the board and still got their offense off the field and still executed. So I was very pleased with it, with the whole team in all phases.
Offensive execution in the first half, defensive execution. Let's talk about special teams. This is talking to Coach Chandler while you were talking to the team. It's the second game this season where you've had 2 special teams touchdowns. When you have the ability of a punt returner like Cam Archer, kickoff returners of a couple guys, including Orion Roberts, that throws another wrinkle that teams have to prepare for.
It is. I mean, it really forces a team to make a decision on what they're wanting to do. If they're wanting to kick to those guys, if they want to kick away from them, kick it out of bounds. I mean, it really puts pressure on teams to have to really focus on it, and it also takes away from what they're trying to do on offense and defense, because it takes time from their practice to try to adjust and try to figure out what to do in special teams. And so, yeah, that's a really good aspect of our game right now, that we've been able to execute and put points on the board and create field position and just make explosive plays. And we've got a couple guys that are very, very special. Orion Roberts is, he scored multiple times in special teams this year. Cam Archer's been a special return for us. I mean, both of them scored tonight. Just very special players, and we're excited what they can do in that area.
Coach, congratulations. Good win. See you next week.
See you next week. Go Badgers.
All right, guys. Victoria's head coach Trey Shucker will send it back up to you.
Thank you, Chris Babb. Appreciate you, Chris, for that live interview down on the field with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. You are in tune to the Blend Real Estate, Luxury Real Estate postgame show, and we appreciate that ATO Automotive postgame interview from Chris Babb, Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. We're going to have the Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary in just a couple of moments, but first let's talk a little bit more about the ball game by going to our sideline reporter who has come to the booth. But I want to hear you talk a little bit about what it's like on the sideline. I mean, we're talking about, first of all, an exciting game, a game which a lot of guys are celebrating because we had some touchdowns for various people. And I'm sure that some of the older guys were cheering on some of the young guys as Mr. Moss made a touchdown. Some other guys really looked good in their limited play as the clock rolled in the second half.
Yeah, the atmosphere down there in the second half was, we're a team, whether it's the A, B, or C team in. And one thing that really stood out to me is Moss caught the touchdown in the back of the end zone, and when he came over the sideline, Coach Shucker said, hey, that's your first of many. And so you see that next group, he is a junior, I believe, and so the next group of Badgers still looking good. And so, Moss, great touchdown there, and then everybody just getting in. You saw the second-round defensive line really get some good play in, and just all-around good game from the Badgers.
Caden Richards got a touchdown also as a junior, and the man passing to both of them, only a sophomore, in Bryce Meekin.
Yeah, you look at that, and that's just the next line. In programs that have deep success, they reload. They don't have to go and have new players come up through junior high. They just continue to reload year in and year out. So you've got an underclassman throwing to 2 juniors and getting touchdowns in a 4A7 conference game.
There are so many numbers that we're going to give Jim just a little bit more time to pull those up and give us our stat report and our game summary. So as we get ready for that, we're going to have some scores to give a little later on. There are a few surprises tonight. There are some other big victories. Arkadelphia not the only one, forcing the good sportsmanship rule tonight. I understand Bismarck has done the same tonight.
Yes, Bismarck 41-0 over the Prescott Curly Wolves. I don't have the exact year on me, but this is the first time in a long time that Prescott has been shut out twice in the same season. They got shut out on the road at Salem in week 1 or week 2, and then getting shut out again at home. So big win there. And then another one that has some implications on the playoff run for the Badgers. Gosnell has just scored again over Southside with 1:21 left to go in the fourth. That one has been written away. Gosnell 29, Southside 16. So big one there. And then down in South Arkansas, the last update I have on this one, not sure how recent it is, but in the middle of the third quarter, Stuttgart holds a slim lead over the Lumberjacks of Warren. So big scores there. We'll have to see how that Warren game, Stuttgart game shakes out. Winner will play Hamburg for the conference title.
There would have been a time that folks would have said that Bismarck will never beat Prescott because Bismarck was down and Prescott was so high for so long, and now a mercy rule game in the favor of Bismarck. And you also think it's very rare that Warren would lose a game against another 4A team, but it might happen tonight, huh?
Well, and if Stuttgart is able to pull out, that's 2 4A8 losses for the Lumberjacks. So just a lot happening in high school sports. It's always so unpredictable, and that's what I love about it. But one thing about the Bismarck game is they had 2 pick sixes, I believe. So defensive touchdowns in that one made that one. But, man, it was a great night. First kind of cool night for high school football, but the action definitely was high.
Feels like football season. I bet down in their sideline even more than in this booth.
It sure does. Yeah, it felt good. The rain wasn't too pleasant. I told the head ref when I was down there for the coin toss, I said, I thought we got rid of this. He goes, I thought we did too. And so not so pleasant weather, but pleasant football, and that's what we're here for.
A lot of people stayed around for the entire game, even with the rolling clock in the second half. Badger fans are Badger fans. They want to see everybody play, and they got to see some young guys play and play well in the second half.
Yeah, they did, and that's just how teams develop. When teams make championship runs, you have to have 2 to 3 guys at each position that you can trust. And games like this is where players that maybe don't start can solidify some playing time. If we get in a close game and somebody goes down, if we have a receiver go down, Moss, that could be another good option. You look at the defensive line and just people filling spots when they need to fill spots and making their name known to the coaching staff.
All right, fans, when you're in the stadium, you see somebody on the sideline with a Magnet Cove jacket on, that's our guy. We got to get him a Badger. Cooper, what are we doing? We're walking around with Magnet Cove on our jersey here. What is happening? Well, you got a Badger shirt on anyway. I like that. All right. Thank you so much. Sideline perspective coming from Dalton Reed. We're going to have Jim Rothwell on now. I think Jim's ready to go to his elaborate stat-keeping self. Jim, let's go to the Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary. What do you have for us?
All right. Talking a little bit about the Ashdown Panthers. Great job by the Arkadelphia defensive line. They had 14 rushing carries at 14 attempts, minus 14. Of course, that's net after sacks, so you can't ask for a better job from the defensive line from that on the rushing game. And the pressure they put on both quarterbacks was they just didn't have any time. They were scrambling, and Williamson made some great plays while scrambling. The second quarterback, Johnson, came in, and he just didn't seem to have the athletic ability, the ability to scramble around and get away. And again, we got some sacks toward the end of the game as well. The quarterbacks did end up 13 out of 21 for 88 yards, and Williamson was 11 out of 17 for 85. Rushing was really not anything. I think everybody ended up with minus yardage net for them. So you just can't say enough about the Arkadelphia defense, the pressure the defensive line put on, and the coverage by the secondary. Offensively, Both quarterbacks did well. McCoy was 17 out of 22 for 200 yards. Mika was 5 out of 5 for 38. Big games from Roberts, 5 catches for 108. Finley, 3 for 40. And then Moss came in and had some big catches as well, 3 for 32 yards there. So, and then Richards had the other catch there as well. Rushing, good game from Whitaker, 10 carries for 69. But it was particularly at the end of the game, Brownlee coming in 12 carries for 85 yards and some good solid runs there. So 203 yards rushing, 238 passing. Can't get much better balance than that, and that's what Arkadelphia would like, particularly once they got the lead, to run that ball and keep that clock running.
Jim, both quarterbacks throwing for a very high percentage, not only tonight but in the last few weeks. And tonight, between the two of them, my count is 22 out of 27. That's outstanding.
Yes. Great job for all of them. So Meekin comes in and he's athletic. He made the great run as well, so you get that from him. McCoy has the experience. He's been there, had a great year last year. I think he threw for a little over 3,000 yards last year. And so you've got two great quarterbacks, and they each bring something different to the game. Great receivers spreading the ball around. Again, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe that's 10 different receivers tonight. Running backs, different receivers, particularly those coming in the second half, spreading the ball around to several different receivers, and getting to see some of the new guys, the younger guys, get a chance to make plays as well is always good.
Kickoff return for a touchdown by Roberts, punt return for a touchdown by Archer.
Yeah, about the only thing they didn't have was a defensive touchdown tonight, so scored a lot of different ways.
They were able to get turnovers, though. Jim, thank you so much. This has been the Sexton Firm Stat Recap and Game Summary. Let's take a break. We'll come back after this break and wrap it up with one more segment. This is the Blend Luxury Real Estate Postgame Show. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tee Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
Buy, sell, or trade your vehicle with L&J Auto and Transport at 1904 Pond Street in Arkadelphia. L&J Auto and Transport prides itself in quality vehicles with affordable prices and honesty. Looking for a good used car? Let L&J Auto and Transport help you with financing to make it possible, no matter your credit history. Visit L&J Auto and Transport on Pond Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-293-9167 and let them help you find what you can drive home tomorrow.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
This is the Blend Luxury Real Estate Postgame Show. Our old buddy Kerry Garnett out in California tonight. He is calling a game of the number one team in the nation, St. Bosco, out there. And so we congratulate him. We congratulate the Badgers on a big win tonight. Arkadelphia with the victory. The total score, after we added it all up and did some algebra, was 65-6. Arkadelphia with the victory. It's time for the Trinity Temple Assembly of God Players of the Game. This is Jeff Root. Along with me is Chris Babb. Chris, lots of people you could call on for a player of the game. We just heard some stats. Big game for Archer, over 100 yards receiving, punt return for a touchdown. Roberts had a return for a touchdown. Other players made themselves known also. It was a big night for the two quarterbacks between the two of them, 22 for 27 passing tonight.
Yeah, lot of points. I'm going to just go to Cam Archer, though. Cam, offensively, when you throw the punt return in, so you guys talked about the numbers. I'd have to go with Cam Archer. I'll be interested to see what the coaches do, obviously, after they go by and watch film.
100% with you on this. Over 100 yards receiving for Archer, and most of that was a short pass he was receiving in the flat and finding room to run.
Yeah, it really was. He's so shifty. He's talking to Coach Chandler. He said, a lot of special teams is scheme. He said, but then when you have athletes that can go, people that can run, it makes it a lot better. And so Cam Archer is definitely one of those guys.
All right, our offensive player of the game is Cam Archer, the senior. What about a defensive player of the game?
Ooh, that's tough. The entire defense, I don't know if you heard it or not, at halftime, Jim said they had 10 rushes for negative 11 yards. Now, one of those was that big fumble that was backwards that took up a big chunk of that. But still, 10 rushes for maybe 10 yards before that, because that was about a 20-yard loss. Defensively, I'm trying to think of the names that you guys called out. A lot of linebackers, a lot of defensive line. You could always be safe and figure X-Man had a pretty good game. I remember Skylar McCuller had an he didn't have the interception, but there was also interception. We've heard Jaden McKenzie's name a couple of big plays defensively. So to me, this is a tough one without going back and trying to think. Colton Plyler had a pass breakup, so this one's going to be a tough one for the coaches as well. It's going to be an assignment, who graded out best, because the entire defense played so good. Is that a good cop-out? Did you like that?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I can only remember one good run, and that was on a scramble by the quarterback where he picked up 20 yards and a first down. Otherwise, he was sacked several times, so the defensive line always putting pressure on him. He escaped a couple of times. Many times he escaped just long enough to throw the ball away.
Right.
So that defense played well on the defensive line, the linebackers. The secondary, as you said, a couple of long passes broken up. Another one of those long passes broken up by Jaden McKenzie on a deep pattern by their best receiver. So it seems to me that you saw a good play at every level of the defense.
Right, you could go McKenzie if you want to go the blocked extra point from Q Morris, adding that. So I could go McKenzie and Morris combination. You could go that route.
The blocked extra point actually did make a difference, because there for a while Arkadelphia, maybe they're going to score another touchdown, maybe they're going to kick a field goal, but because of the blocked extra point, another field goal would have made it a 35-point lead at halftime. They didn't need the other field goal. They scored the touchdown, but that was not without meaning to block that extra point.
Yeah, it was a good overall effort offensively and defensively.
So the defense wins the defensive player of the game.
I like that. I like that. Well, it's a cop-out, but in a game like that where you had such domination, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't one specific big play, or there have been nights where we call Xavion's name 14 times a night.
Right.
But I could go with that. So Trinity Temple Assembly of God, you got Cam Archer and the defense.
I'm with you. The defensive line, linebackers putting pressure on the quarterback scrambling, still not finding anybody open most times, and so it's the entire defense that gets that award from us tonight. Okay, let's talk about then a Sexton Firm big play of the game.
Yeah, obviously there's not a one play you're going to look at and say that's the one that made the difference in the game, in a game that was a blowout from the get-go. But I do think the kickoff return from Roberts to answer their only score of the 9. So I'd almost have to go the Orion Roberts kickoff return. I think we could probably, if this is wanting to behave, cue this up and watch this one. Believe this is going to be that play. You see, there's 6 guys right there, and he just outruns right up the middle, right up the seam, right up the hash, inside the hash, and just outruns all of them. And I could kind of go with that one because it came right after their only touchdown of the game.
I'm with you. When Bryson French returned the kickoff for Ashdown for a touchdown, that made it 31-6 with only 5:34 left at halftime. And everybody's kind of wondering, are they going to make it a rolling clock throughout the entire second half?
Right.
And because he got that touchdown just 13 seconds later, it's 38-6. Arkadelphia has the lead and plenty of time with 5:21 left to stretch it out to 45 and take a commanding lead and roll the clock in the second half. That's exactly how it turned out. And I tell you what, we'll make it the play of the game, not just because it was a great play, an important play, but because you so quickly could pull it up to run the replay.
Well, thank you.
Truly impressive.
Yeah.
Truly impressive. All right.
I actually labeled that one, so it was easy.
Well, I wasn't going to give that away.
Okay.
I was just going to say that you did an amazing thing.
Well, thank you.
Scott Bird, DDS Smash Mouth hit of the game.
Yeah, well, we're going to go a little bit different on this one because, we have so many defensive plays, and I think this one's going to be on a kickoff return. I put Caden Whitaker for the Smash Mouth defensive big play, Smash Mouth big hit of the game, and I think this is going to be that play as soon as Seth if he'll kick the ball, But this is on a kickoff return. Arkadelphia has really good kickoff return coverage. We talked about the one that French was able to get, but Caden Whitaker on the cover down here, there's X. He's always going to be first, but Caden Whitaker is going to come from the backside right here. You have one miss. Malachi Hamilton forces him in, and then Caden with the big hit and the throwdown. So Caden Whitaker, the running back, with our Scott Bird DDS Smash Mouth hit of the game. Doesn't happen with a running back very often, so I thought maybe that would be a fun one in a game where we didn't have just too many huge slobber knockers.
Caden Whitaker, it pays to work hard on the kick coverage team. Get yourself a big hit of the game.
That's right. You get a Smash Mouth burger, a certificate for a Smash Mouth burger from Slim and Shorty's.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's a great reward for that.
Right.
All right, so those are our awards for the postgame. One thing left to do, Chris, is talk about the fact that the Badgers are moving toward the playoffs. Now, they got more games in the regular season. We don't want to forget those. What's coming up?
Yeah, next week, it's a place that we really haven't been to. The junior high, Genoa Central, in our conference for the first couple of cycles. They played 8-man for 2 of those years. Back in the conference now, and the junior high went to Genoa Central last year. This year will be the high school's turn, and so try to see. They played Bauxite tonight, and they were down 35-0 to Bauxite. Genoa's not won a game this year. It was a 48-0 final in favor of Bauxite. So Genoa Central is struggling. It's Halloween night. It's a grass field. It'll be the first time Arkadelphia has been down there, so it'll be just kind of a new situation for everybody. Arkadelphia has to go take care of business and then set up senior night against Malvern.
Senior night against Malvern right here at Badger Stadium. We're going to bring you all the games. I think it's kind of fun to go broadcast at a place where we've never been before. It can be a little frightening because sometimes we're going to places that are not necessarily set up for everything that we do. Yeah. But, hey, we're going to make this work, and Genoa is going to be a nice place with nice people, and we're going to bring you a good broadcast.
That's right, Jeff. I remember I used to when I was in school, like 30 years ago, Jeff would ask me to do this my freshman year, and someone would listen and say, when Jeff says something, why do you say that's right, Jeff? I said, 1, because he's right most of the time. Right, Deborah? Yes. Most of the time. And 2, that's just kind of what came out. I didn't know what to say, so I just say, that's right, Jeff. So I just had to do it 30 years
when
later.
I was starting, I said, that's right, Rex, many, many times. So that's perfectly fine. I think it's going to be an interesting week next week with Genoa, and I think the coaches are going to be focused in the same way. It's up to us to execute and think about ourselves and not just think about the opponent.
That's right as well. That's specific. That's exactly right, because you've got to do what you're supposed to do. Arkadelphia will be expected to win. We had this conversation for the last several years. Arkadelphia is going to be favored in most games they play, but you still start out 0-0 and have to go do it.
And might be the favorite against Malvern, too, a team that's struggling some, especially tonight. And yet, it's still Malvern. It's still a rivalry. You're at home for senior night. There is reason to concentrate for these last 2 games and get ready in every way for the playoffs.
Right, and you've got to take care of what you can take care of. You can only control what you can control. Throw a cliche out there, but you've got to take care of yourself, and the Badgers are on a good trajectory.
All right, folks, in case you're not planning to go discover Genoa for yourself, then tune in, and we'll bring you the action and show you Genoa, because we're excited to go down there and see what this place is like.
Are you going to dress up as a Badger broadcaster?
Well, I know it's Halloween, right?
Yeah.
I'm hearing all kinds of things from Dalton about things he's going to wear, and I think he's going to make up for me not really dressing up at all.
You know what even though what'd you say, Jim?
I'm going to wear my green eye shades in the counter.
Oh, they're going to look like Elton John.
Oh, gee.
Elton Jim.
Not sure I'd say that on a broadcast, Jim.
What we do need to make sure Dalton realizes that Halloween's colors are orange and black, but we don't do that on Badger broadcast.
That's right.
He did go to Magnet Cove, so the orange Magnet Cove, the gray sweatshirt with the orange M that everybody saw walking around on the stadium, that was Magnet Cove. not the orange and black school a little bit to the east.
We explained to everybody that when you see that guy down there, don't be confused like he's gone to the wrong stadium. He's actually working for us. We just got to get him a new jacket.
That's right. It's a Magnet Cove East sweatshirt, and that's why he's with us now, because of his work with Shane Hartzell, father of former Badger color commentator Chase Hartzell. We've gone completely off the rails.
It's
at 9:30.
It's a nice big circle, isn't it? We're early.
Deborah's ready to go home.
Yeah, but it's another 30 minutes before I can call Rex and the scoreboard show. So let's just talk for another half hour.
I feel like Saturdays. Who's still listening?
I don't know, but I'm having fun. All right, let's say goodnight to everybody. Arkadelphia won this game 65-6. I want to say thank you to Dalton Reed and his sideline work, and we're going to get him a Badger jacket to wear down there. I want to say thank you to Gavin Wallace, who stepped in and helped run the show while Chris was down on the sideline with his interview. I want to say thank you to Dara Heftel. No, wait, let me try it again. Dara Tefteller. Okay, I got it. Dara Tefteller, her first game running the camera. What a super job.
Yes. After I reminded her that we could adjust the camera and told her how to do that, she was ready to go. And she, bless her heart, I told her this evening, I said, it's going to be windy up there. And she came in at halftime, and I said, I cannot feel my fingers. It was the first time it's been cold since January.
I had hot hands in my bag, and I gave those to her. So we're taking care of her, even if I can't pronounce her name correctly.
I don't know if you want to say that
I haven't had her
on
in
a
class
broadcast
yet, so I will practice that before I have Dara in class.
Her last name's Wilkerson.
Yes, I use that name a lot, too, and I'm not sure. Dara Tefteller, on camera time, I want to say thank you to Jim Rothwell, as always. On statistics, want to thank you for Deborah for hanging around and waiting for me so I don't have to walk home. Want to say thank you to Cooper Darr. I haven't thanked him yet. Thank you to Cooper Darr for his good work, as always, on color commentary. And Chris Babb, the captain of our ship. This is Jeff Root. Good night, everybody. We'll bring the comedy show back next week. Good night, everybody. And Abby, tell Mary Kate I'll see her at church. I need to go.